please sign into YouTube and subscribe to our YouTube channel and give us a thumbs up. If you are listening to this podcast on iTunes, please rate and review us. Now enjoy CineTalk with the one and only CineBros.
What's up, Cinemaniacs? We're back with episode number 11. And we are here in More Entertainment Studios, which is all the way over in Connecticut, the East Coast, the right coast. Not this left coast stuff where all these other podcasts are at. Yeah. You know, in the heat and in the moment of everything. Over on the left coast in Hollywood. Fuck that. We don't need that shit.
We don't need that shit.
No, forget that. That's some bull.
Overrated.
Yeah, absolutely. Big time overrated. And what CineTalk with the CineBros is it's just where a bunch of movie lovers get together and we just shoot the shit about movies. Because what do we love? Movies. We see, I see something like 50 to 60 in the theater every year. Yep. You have this movie pass
around 30
that
maybe,
gives you
40.
30 to 40. And I think you're starting to see even more.
Yes, I am. A lot more.
You haven't seen a movie that you and I really were supposed to go see the screening to, and then you bailed on me last minute.
Yeah, I know. I had made a trip to go somewhere. I hadn't been there in a while, so I had to go and check it out. And
I gotta go see Hardwell.
Yeah, the only the number one DJ in the world. Like I had to.
JD's better than Hardwell.
JD is better than Hardwell. I'm not gonna lie to you. Who is coming up as a guest in about a month or two? Yeah, so we're super excited about that. Yep. But yeah, I think I'm very disappointed I didn't go see the movie. But
it was a good movie.
I will see it though.
And we'll talk about that at some point in time. Yeah, we'll talk about that. All right, and we're gonna introduce my co-host. My co-host with the most, we have Sir Chadwick Davis.
Yep, that's me.
Yeah, and I said I was going to Periscope earlier, but I kind of dropped the ball on that. Yeah. He got here a little bit late. I'm just going to blame it on Chad.
Yeah, no, it is my fault. It was my fault. I was definitely 15 minutes late.
Right.
So I kind of
had to get my hair done.
But I promise I will Periscope. So yeah, you got to get your hair done.
Yeah.
It looks good. I
like your hair did.
It's fluffy in all the right spots.
We'll Periscope in between the episodes.
Excellent. Yeah. Perfect. Yeah, maybe before we're getting ready to start the movie.
Yeah.
Awesome.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. All right, and we have our guest, Jade Huguenot. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
All right. I pronounced that right?
You did, yeah.
Because this is our introduction. This is where we met. I met her about, 45 minutes ago?
Yeah.
But I was glad to find out that she actually goes to my wife's alma mater, Smith College, a very, very tough, hard school. So
it is.
We're expecting some serious opinions and knowledgeable stuff to come out of her mouth because we don't do that.
No, nothing intelligent comes out of our mouths.
Good to have people on the podcast with some smarts from time to time. Not just two grown-ass men talking about movies and giggling the whole time.
Yeah, that sounds like us.
All right, so what we usually start off with is a game, and that game is
Fuck, Marry, Kill.
What it is you take 3 of your favorite movies in a particular genre, not in a particular genre, whatever you want to do. Take those 3 movies, and then you have to fuck, which is keep it in your DVD player just for a weekend. You marry, which means it's in your DVD player forever. Like you can't take it out at all. It's just in there playing on repeat over and over and over again. The fuck part is where you get to take that out for one weekend and splurge and give your mind a break from that one movie. And then the kill obviously is no longer in existence. Snap it right in half. Throw it in the garbage.
Okay.
No longer in existence. Right. What are these 3 movies that you would like to pick? Because we do this with them as well. Yeah. So we would.
He has played the game. I haven't played the game yet.
Yeah. Well, maybe next episode that we don't have a guest.
Yes. We'll Shane has played the game.
I have.
Okay, so I think I'd like to. I would fuck The Great Gatsby.
Ooh.
Yep. I think I would marry Tommy Boy.
Okay.
Huh?
Yep. And I think that I would kill. No, this has to be a movie that I don't like.
Yes.
Okay.
No. It's a movie that you love.
No.
Yes.
Oh,
you're supposed to pick your three favorite movies of all time, and then you break it down into what you want to do.
Yeah. Oh, well, I don't want to kill Burn After Reading.
Well, then you're gonna have to throw out the Great Gatsby.
Yeah. Okay. Let me fuck Burn After Reading.
And is this the Great Gatsby with Leonardo DiCaprio?
Yes.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Not the earlier one.
Okay.
Yes. Okay. Let me kill. What did I say? I said Great Gatsby, Burn After Reading, and Tommy Boy. Oh God, I'll kill the Great Gatsby. I will marry Tommy Boy, and I will fuck Burn After Reading.
All right.
Nice.
Okay. Well, see, I'm in a little bit of a pickle here.
Yeah.
Because I have had The Great Gatsby on my DVR for a while.
You haven't seen it yet.
I haven't watched it yet. And
Wow.
Leonardo DiCaprio is my favorite actor.
Oh, he's amazing.
He's always amazing, and he's extremely handsome. And I wouldn't mind, birthing his children.
So we're all on the same page.
That would be amazing, by the way.
That's another Arnold movie, that you haven't seen,
Yeah.
probably. Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Like
my
a real
favorite
child?
actor of all time.
A real child?
In the movie, yeah.
Oh, it wasn't real in real life?
No.
No.
He
It
wasn't
wasn't like
pregnant?
that whatever that magazine is, the crazy magazine where there's aliens everywhere and stuff like that. It's like what is that? What is that fucked up magazine? It's like the TMZ kind of magazine.
The Inquirer?
Inquirer, yes.
Yeah, there you go.
The National Enquirer.
Yeah, the National Enquirer.
Yes, it's like they have that all the time. Like,
Yeah.
this man's giving birth in a cornfield to alien baby dogs. Like, they have all this crazy, yeah, exactly.
Schwarzenegger is not that dedicated. I mean, we know that, right? From his, so, to anything.
It sounds like something, what's his name would do, though? Lincoln. Played Lincoln. He does.
Daniel Day-Lewis.
He's pretty dedicated to his roles,
Yeah.
isn't he?
He is extremely dedicated. If he ever did that role that Arnold Schwarzenegger did, he would actually get
Yeah,
pregnant.
he would.
And he would go through the process
Yeah.
once.
Yep.
And because he gets into character for a year
Yeah.
before he actually plays the role.
Yeah.
So he'd actually have to get pregnant.
Yeah.
Take a lot of female hormones,
Uterine
all that kind of
transplant.
stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he would
Let's set
do
that
it.
up.
Daniel Day-Lewis.
If you're listening.
Come on, get on that. We want a serious rendition of that movie done. Oh man,
They'll
this has
have to
already
make a
got off the
new-
tracks real early.
A remake for
movie
9
award
months.
for that.
This has gone off the tracks real early. So anyway, with the fuck, marry, kill, Great Gatsby, I'm going to have to. I have heard a lot of mixed reviews about
Yeah,
the Great
very
Gatsby.
mixed reviews.
It's like very, some people love it, some people hate it, and I don't know if it's because it's not close to the actual book or if it's too close.
Yeah.
And sometimes that doesn't play out. I know that some of the people didn't really like the way it was shot.
See, I like the way it was
Yeah,
shot.
me
Yeah.
too. I loved it.
Some people that's some of the things that they think it's beautiful, but it kind of takes away from the film almost. But I don't, because I haven't seen it.
Yeah.
And what's the other one? Burn
After Reading
After
with
Reading.
Brad Pitt. Who is the man who plays?
I don't know if I saw that.
It's so good.
I might have seen it.
It's very weird and quirky. There,
Yeah, it's an independent film.
yeah.
And what's it about?
Brad Pitt plays this beefcake gym instructor, and he has a fellow kind of idiot female gym instructor, and they both are scheming to try to get rich. They find a CD in the locker room that belonged to a former FBI agent or CIA agent, and they think, oh, we're going to sell this to the Russians and make money, and we're going to be rich, so the girl can get a boob job, and so on and so forth. So the guy who plays the CIA agent, I forget who he is. He's bald. He's hilarious. Do you have cast notes there?
John Malkovich?
Malkovich.
Malkovich.
Yeah.
Malkovich?
Yeah.
He plays,
What did I say?
Malkovich?
Oh, nah, whatever.
That's
you know what I was talking
Brandon
about.
called you out on that last show.
Whatever.
George Clooney's in it too. He plays John Malkovich's wife's lover. It's just this big clusterfuck of people, and it's hilarious because it kind of makes fun of the CIA.
Ah.
very
And just a little side note, it is directed by the Coen brothers.
Oh, okay.
It's very
So,
funny.
yeah.
Yeah, they're pretty talented.
Yeah, so.
All right, so I will have to. All right, I think I'm definitely marrying Tommy Boy. That is a guarantee. Like, I love that movie. I could watch that over and over again. I think Chris Farley is a genius. I love him. I love his humor. It's so sad that he left us way before he should have.
Yeah.
But we're getting a documentary of his coming out later this year in August, so
Oh.
that's going to be very exciting to
Yes.
see. Let's see. Which one would I think I like the quirky factor, but the problem is I'm already getting a funny movie.
Yeah.
That one seems like it's funny, but it's also a little bit more of a thinker than Tommy Boy.
Oh, yeah, it's a thinker. Yeah, it's no Tommy Boy.
You think it's a thinker? Really?
Yeah, it's a little bit more.
Well, I mean,
It comes off as a thinker, but then you realize it's kind of just.
Yeah, well, compared to Tommy Boy, like
yeah.
Tommy Boy is just a really dumb movie. Like you don't have to have any brains at all to enjoy that.
That's true. That's true.
You calling my wife dumb?
Oh man, here we go. You can edit that out, right?
Do you hear that, Christine? I know you listen to this when you go for your runs.
Yeah.
He just said that you don't need brains. She'd actually probably agree with you. That's probably why she likes it so much. She just shut it off and laugh.
Well, that's what I was talking about. You can just shut your brain off and just watch it, and you know, the Coen brothers get into those little like kind of thinky kind of films sometimes. Like, it's not all stupid comedy with them.
All right. So I'm gonna pick. After all that stuff that we've just talked about, I'm gonna go with The Great Gatsby for the
one time
part. The one time over the weekend, because I haven't seen it. I am interested in seeing it. Maybe I'll love it. Maybe I won't. But I'll find out that weekend. And as far as the kill, I'm gonna have to kill Burn After Reading because I want to see it now, but I just feel like it's too, like, I don't want two comedies. Yeah. I would like to change it up, you know, give my jaw a break and my eyes and everything, my whole face a break from laughing so hard from Tommy Boy. And go with The Great Gatsby. What about you?
Marry Tommy Boy.
Who doesn't want to marry Tommy Boy?
Who doesn't want to marry Tommy Boy? That's the question right there.
That guy in the coat.
Yeah, so I'm going to go that way with that. This is the tough part right here. I love The Great Gatsby. I thought it was a really good movie. It did get a lot of mixed reviews. And I think that came from the book being so good.
Yes.
It's just the movie is so hard to
It's tough to live up to anything. Like,
yeah.
Especially, I mean, these are nowhere near the novels that that was, but the Dan Brown movies with Robert Langdon series, the Da Vinci Code and all that stuff, those books are very entertaining, and they do take some departures, and when they take departures, I've read all the books, and I don't read a lot. I mean, and I didn't read those either. I listened to it on CD. But I love those books, and when they take a little departure, I'm like, oh, that could have played out so well right there. And then so it's like one of those things that, if you always read the book, it's kind of like, I don't know, you can't really compare it to anything. It's like with a remake or something of a movie. Like, why didn't they do it exactly like this? It worked so well the first time.
Yeah.
I will say, though, Great Gatsby is very true to the book. They even use lines straight out of the book. So as someone who's kind of married to that book, I love that book. That is such a great movie. And I felt like on the art, like cinematic art scale, it really did kind of match the, like, if you measured
what was
Gatsby's,
going in your imagination kind of throughout
yeah,
the book?
if you measured Gatsby's literary talent, I think that would match up. Is it Baz Luhrmann who directed that film?
I think so.
I think it was Luhrmann, yeah. I think his cinematic talent really matched Fitzgerald's literary talent with the book, and he was very true to the book. So for that reason, I really liked the movie, and I had actually been waiting for that for about 4 years. I think I found out in 2010 that it was coming out, and I was really worried about the cast decision, super skeptical about Leonardo DiCaprio playing Gatsby, but when I saw the movie, loved it.
He played a good playboy.
I don't, any role that he takes on, I am all in, always, because he is another person that's extremely dedicated to the craft.
Yes.
And I have not seen him give a bad performance.
Yep.
Yeah.
Even a movie that the Man with the Iron Mask, where it was not very good.
Yeah.
He did an extremely good job playing half of that character. The other character, I don't know if he played it so well that I just disliked the character, but he did such a good job that I liked his performance. Malkovich, who was in that movie, was horrible. Horrible.
Which is rare.
That is
very
his
rare.
worst performance I have ever seen. Every time he came on the screen, it was like a totally different movie. And it's like he had the worst accent. And we know he does some pretty bad accents, but most of them work.
We watched one last week. Last episode.
Yeah, most of them work. This one did not. Yeah. But I just love Leo and everything. I'm starting there's two actors that I've always been a huge fan of. Actually three. one kind of he's kind of fallen from grace due to some comments that he's made, is Mel Gibson. He is a phenomenal talent both in front and behind the camera. Leonardo DiCaprio.
Of course.
I love him. I think he's just brilliant. And Matthew McConaughey. And I've already started my Leonardo DiCaprio wall. I have... I think I have The Wolf of Wall Street, The Departed over there.
The Departed. Yes.
So I'm gonna start building, slowly getting some posters dedicated to my
Blood
boy
Diamond.
over there. Blood Diamond is another one. I might have that. I might not. I know that I was thinking about getting it. Blood Diamond is one of my favorite performances of his. That and The Aviator.
All right, so let's play a game. Fuck, marry, kill.
Yeah.
Which one are you gonna fuck? Which one are you gonna marry? Which one are you gonna kill?
Out of what?
Out of your 3 favorite actors.
Oh man! All right.
Yes, do it.
All right.
Do it.
Oh man, that's been tough. Well, I think I could do this. I mean, Mel Gibson's a little older now.
Yeah.
You don't like the old guys.
And well, not only that, but he's
You don't like older men?
He had some really harsh comments about Jews and stuff like that.
Oh, yeah.
Several years ago, a little drunken tirade that he went through. So because of that, I'm going to kill Mel Gibson.
Oh, all right.
I am personally giving him a second chance. I think everybody says some stupid shit when they're drunk from time to time. Whether he believes it or not, I don't know.
So there will be no more Mel Gibson movies ever.
No, unfortunately. And that makes me very sad. But he's at the end of his career anyway. So he's I think he's probably around 60.
Now here comes the tough one right here.
Yep.
Are you gonna fuck?
No, this isn't.
No, it's not. I'd be torn.
I am marrying Leonardo DiCaprio.
Yes.
All right.
And I another one that I wouldn't mind having his babies is Matthew McConaughey. The baby would come out with that sweet Southern drawl. Yeah, driving a Lincoln.
With TiVo.
Yes, absolutely. Let's do it. That's right, Matthew McConaughey. That's right. One weekend, me, you, baby.
Yeah, just you and Matt.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Well, how about you? What about you?
I haven't even finished the first one yet.
Yeah, he didn't finish. Yeah.
This is taking a total departure.
This one's easy for me.
Yeah.
This one's definitely easy
Gibson.
for me. I'm killing Gibson.
Yeah.
And I'm fucking Matt every day. So I'm marrying him.
Every day?
I'm marrying him.
Marrying
Yeah.
Matthew McConaughey?
Yeah. I gotta go that way. Yeah. He's dreamy.
He's a very, very dreamy man. Although I will say, one of my buddies, who is an actor, he was on the set of Wolf of Wall Street, and he played the strip club manager in that movie. And he said there's only one person he's ever seen that has like that, just that aura about him. That just people flock to him, and they just like because Leonardo DiCaprio was in this movie, and he was surrounded by strippers that are all like naked, and he's just sitting there and having like conversations with them about like like stocks and all this kind of stuff. He's just like kind of picking their brains and not like being degrading at all towards these women that are completely naked in front of him, and because they're just in between takes. And
plus, he's seen it all the time, man. He's a playboy.
Yeah,
come on.
He's either being respectful or like not caring.
Yeah, I think it's respectful and the fact that not caring.
Yeah.
He's just like
this is a normal thing for him.
And I think that makes him so likable and cool, and he has so much aura. The only other person that he said, and this kind of hurt me in the inside, that he's seen with that much kind of almost like a magnetic charisma to him was Tiger Woods. No. He said people just flock to him. He has that smile, lights up a room, and just boom, comes
I can definitely see it.
And I am personally am a Tiger Woods hater.
I love Tiger Woods. Still my favorite golfer.
One of my best friends, Kyle, he is a big Tiger. I am a big Phil Mickelson fan, and we always go back and forth. Yeah. So we have that, and so we'll do that. What about you?
We'll let you play the game too.
The one female here.
Oh God! You see, I want to marry Leonardo DiCaprio, but I hear all these stories about him in the Caribbean with all these women on the boats, and I think he'd cheat on me. So no, I'm just gonna fuck DiCaprio instead.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think I would marry Matthew McConaughey because he'd probably keep me laughing, and I'd definitely kill Mel Gibson because he's becoming kind of a legend now.
Yeah.
Like he
is, in my opinion, one of the best actors I've ever seen. From rom-coms to buddy cop movies to real serious roles like Braveheart. He directorial, when he directed Passion of the Christ. Yeah. All these movies he does, and he directed Braveheart as well. He's got a couple of Academy Awards on his shelf. Yeah. He is such a talent, and I wish he wasn't an idiot and did that drunken tirade. Because if he didn't do that, I think we might be talking about him as one of the greatest directors and actors of all time. But he did that, got blackballed from Hollywood for a long time, and is just started in the last couple of years getting like kind of back in.
It was when South Park made fun of him, right?
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah, because he had him run around in his underwear and like chasing cars and stuff like that. Yeah.
It was real bad. He was all over the news. I mean, the thing that's weird too is that you have like people like Alec Baldwin who do stupid shit like that in the media as well. And he just gets a pass.
Yeah.
And
he's great. That's why I love that guy.
He's a characterization of himself.
He's like
almost.
very good in all his roles. Like
he
just picks the perfect roles for himself.
He's a caricature of himself.
Who cares? He's awesome.
He's good.
He made 30 Rock like great.
Yes. Yeah.
Like I mean, besides Tina Fey. I mean, but
Tina Fey was great. Yeah.
But I mean, he made 30 Rock.
I love Tina Fey, but Alec Baldwin, he's okay, and he was on Friends.
Yeah, he was on Friends. Your favorite show of all time, right?
I love that show. I still watch reruns all the time.
I tried watching it. I told you.
Yeah.
I started from
like
season 1.
show.
No, I gave it 2 shows, and I was like, this is not that good. And I went back to watching Saved by the Bell.
Saved by the Bell's amazing too. That's also amazing. Now, if you added Mark Paul Gosselaar in that would have made it a lot more tough. You know, if you had Leo, Matthew McConaughey, and Mark Paul.
Dude, sometime we're gonna have to play that game with like our all-time like growing up heroes, like role models.
Oh yes.
Like Hulk Hogan.
No, well
he could
be one of them.
Yes.
Thunder in Paradise was like,
brother?
He could be one of them, but I mean, I'm like Zach Morris could be one of them. Like, look at that. He's not one of them. But
Zach Morris was. I actually emulated his haircut for a little while.
Yeah.
It didn't turn out as good.
No. I can't see that on you.
No. Yeah, I have been shaving my head.
I'm surprised it
since
didn't work out.
Since like I don't know, like a sophomore, junior year in high school.
Please tell me you wore the Stonewatch jeans and stuff too.
No, I wasn't that cool.
What were they called? Cool. The AC Slater always wore them. The
Z Cavaricis.
The Z Cavaricis.
You never go full Zach Morris.
Dude, that's what we should. Halloween, man. We should dress up as a Saved by the Bell cast.
Yeah, as long as I can be Mark.
Yes.
Mark Paul.
Obviously I'd be AC.
Who's gonna be Jesse Spano, Lisa Turtle? We'll need some girls in this too.
We'll get Mr. Belding. He's fat now, but we can find somebody.
Yeah, he's big.
He's really fat
now.
He's
a big dude.
He looked like he ate like Screech. Like he's pretty big, yeah.
All right.
All right, so can I finish mine?
Yes,
now?
all right. Finish.
Now that I've gotten to think about it a little bit, I am gonna get rid of The Great Gatsby and just fuck Burn After Reading. Because it has a little bit of drama in it, and it's funny, and it's not on the comedy level, I think, as Tommy Boy.
No.
So it's like a different kind of laugh. It's not a giggle laugh like Tommy Boy is.
The time?
Yeah. Like this one, like Burn After Reading is more like a ha ha ha. Like, but Tommy Boy's like hee hee hee.
It's like that. That's what it is.
Just like that.
All right, we're gonna move on. We got all that done. Thank you. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the podcast. And hopefully we'll be able to keep it more on the tracks from here on out.
Yeah.
All right, so we're going to be going on to the next little topic here, and that is, if I can click on it. New news. You want to sing anything? You said you were going to work on something.
It's still in a working project.
All right, because I can record that, take the snippet out, and throw that in instead.
I'm working on something with somebody.
Oh, yeah. Me and JD getting la crazy.
Have you ever heard of somebody called Jay-Z?
No. Who's that?
He's like a rapper. He's not very well known yet, but he should be pretty soon.
Is that Mr. Knowles?
Yeah. I think some girl, Beyonce, I think. I don't know. We're working together on a project, though.
Oh, sweet. Is that why you're the glasses?
I'm big time now. So
excellent. Big time, yeah. It's either that or he's like, you're trying to bluff me because you don't want me to see your eyes. Or you had a late night last night. And
that could be it, too. Under Siege kept me up all night thinking about how great that movie was.
Oh, Lord. Can't wait to talk about that later. All right, so we're going to move on to the new news, and this is where we just discuss some of the new news that came out. I'm trying to keep it a little bit more fresh, over the last week, maybe 10 days. On June 16th, THR, the Hollywood Reporter, reported that Passengers, starring Chris Pratt and Jennifer Lawrence, has been green-lit. This is a movie that's kind of been like they've been holding off on for a little while, but now with all the success from Jennifer Lawrence and the the Hunger Games series, and Chris Pratt just had everything break every record ever with Jurassic World,
and almost broke another record this weekend.
Maybe we should send this movie out. Let's get this movie going before he gets too expensive, because they did actually post the amount of money that both actors are making. Lawrence is making $20 million and Pratt is making $12.
It was 10 originally.
They bumped it up. Renegotiated.
They had the
renegotiate. Hey, come on, I don't mind a little bit more. Come on, let's do this.
Did you look at Box Office Mojo? Like,
I have every record ever. Let's go,
dude. They almost broke another record this weekend. We'll talk about that later.
It's been crazy. So anyway, this is going to be directed by Morton Tildum, and who did The Imitation Game. This is a sci-fi movie described as gravity with romance. The synopsis is a spacecraft is transporting thousands of people to a distant colony planet that has a malfunction in one of its sleep chambers. As a result, a single passenger is awakened 90 years before anyone else. Faced with the prospect of growing old and dying alone, he eventually decides to wake up a second passenger. Thanks for that. I think Jennifer Lawrence will be saying when she gets woken up. Thanks, guy. Appreciate that. I just want to wake up and die with you. Thanks. That's great.
Maybe Jennifer Lawrence is the one that's like awake. Or did it say Chris Pratt is the one that's awake?
He's the one that's awake.
How do you know? She's the one making all the money.
Exactly.
So she's going to be in the movie more. She's going to be the main focus.
No, I think they're both going to be the main focus. I think it's going to happen pretty quick.
Yeah. I think she's going to be the one that's awake and has to wake up Chris Pratt.
Want to bet on it? Movie ticket?
Bet on it?
You want to bet on that? You want to bet on that? That's a very 50-50
It's a 50-50 chance right there. That's as close as we're going to get to a 50-50.
Yeah? You want to bet on it?
No.
All right. I'm into
I'll bet a movie ticket on it.
All right.
I'll bet a movie ticket on it.
Okay.
You guys witness this one.
Yes.
Chris Pratt will be sleeping in this movie.
He might sleep at one point.
He does get paid less. Maybe he works less.
I don't think so.
Yeah?
I think it's just the star power.
Yeah?
I think because when they originally signed the contract for this, because it's been waiting for a while, I think that it's just his star power wasn't as high as hers, because she's been in the X-Men movies, the Hunger Game movies. She's like the star. She's got Academy Award.
Yeah.
She is the and plus this is good for like women's rights and everything like that, and equality and pay equality. That's really good because you have someone who has the star power of Chris Pratt right now, and who is probably at the point the highest he's ever going to be as star quality. I mean, he has the #1 box office, and even with Guardians of the Galaxy the previous year, he's just on a hot streak.
He's just coming off
and he has more movies that are coming out that are people are talking about and liking, and this one seems a little interesting. So, what do you think? Do you think this movie is going to be?
I mean, I'm very torn about this because I'm not the biggest Jennifer Lawrence fan.
I'm not a huge Jennifer Lawrence fan either. I don't think that she. To me, she has never sold me that she's Mystique in the X-Men movies. I feel like that's Rebecca Romijn Stamos, or Rebecca Romijn now. She is Mystique, and I have never bought Jennifer Lawrence as Mystique. And I find her character a little annoying from time to time in the Hunger Games movies. Yeah. Which I know a lot of people love her in those roles. But there are movies that I think that she's amazing in. Like I thought she was amazing in American Hustle. Yeah. Like she was.
Yeah, she was good in that one. Yeah.
And so she does have a great talent, but she's just not for everyone. She's not for I think she's good, but not as great as everybody thinks she is. Yeah. And you are.
I'm not on that train, but I'm conducting the Chris Pratt train. Like I'm on that train and I'm riding it. I loved him in Parks and Rec.
Yeah.
He had that small role right at the beginning, and they're like, man, we got to get this guy in there more. And
he's another one.
He's
that has
a regular
that magnetic charisma.
He does, and to see the transformation that he made from being like this, like he was big.
Yeah.
Like, he was a big guy in Parks and Rec.
Yeah.
Like he was just like this lazy.
He lost
he's your average
60
Joe.
pounds.
Exactly.
And got ripped.
And a lot of people doubted him in this new movie, in Jurassic World. You doubted him. I know you doubted him big time.
I gave it up to him on the review
and
that I did.
He killed that role. Like absolutely destroyed it.
It was a little departure from his kind of Guardians of the Galaxy Star Wars
because he wasn't goofy the whole time. Like he had the serious parts where like he legit seem like he was
that
in that
romance between Bryce Dallas.
That was horrible. That was terrible. It wasn't needed.
Yeah.
It wasn't needed. It was terrible. But I am torn because I am on this big train and I'm on this other train that is not going anywhere.
Yeah.
I mean, she is going somewhere,
but do you
I'm
like
not
the
on
kind
that
of
train.
like the sci-fi movie described as like a romance with like kind of Gravity with Sandra Bullock?
Yeah, I wasn't a big Gravity fan.
You didn't like that movie?
Yeah.
No.
I didn't like it either.
I loved that movie.
I thought it was kind of boring.
That was amazing.
I agree.
I mean, the way that it was shot and everything was cool, but I just wasn't aboard the story behind it.
Wow. That's
but
the first two people I've ever heard say that. I love that movie.
Yeah, wasn't a fan.
But it seems like it's kind of interesting. I will see it because it is Chris Pratt. I'm not gonna lie.
Would you marry Chris Pratt?
I'd marry him in a second. He's my Dane Cook now. Dane Cook used to be my go-to guy, and now it's pretty much Chris Pratt.
You have to fight off Anna Faris.
I mean, come on, I'm wearing my Chris Pratt shirt.
There you go.
I
I got my my MTV Music Award. Back when they used to play videos.
Yeah.
And Chris Hardwick used to be on it on Singled Out.
Oh, what?
Singled Out. Jenny McCarthy.
I'm a hardcore Chris Hardwick fan too.
Yeah, that was Jenny McCarthy. That's where like her her stardom bloomed. And then you have Carmen Electra, I think, who followed.
Carmen Electra followed.
Yeah, she's fantastic.
Yeah.
Chris Pratt was just on Chris Hardwick's Nerdist podcast, and it was an awesome interview. Like the greatest. He came in late. He came in late. He's like talking, and they had the director of Jurassic World on too at the same time.
That's awesome.
And he came in, and Chris Hardwick was like, "So what do you want to drink?" And he's like, "You got any tequila?" And, and it's like 9 o'clock in the morning when they're doing this, 10 o'clock in the morning. And Chris Hardwick doesn't drink anymore, so obviously they had no alcohol there. But yeah, so but it was an awesome interview. It was
Poor Pratt. That's
very
his
good.
Twitter handle.
He's smart. He's a smart dude, man. Like, I didn't realize how smart that guy actually is. He has like very insightful thoughts and stuff.
Anybody with that kind of quick wit, because I mean, he has that spout off the mouth, just brilliance.
Yeah.
Anybody that has that kind of stuff, like Vince Vaughn.
Yeah.
I'm certain that he is a smart dude.
John
Favreau is really smart. Those guys.
He was awesome on
Jimmy
Jimmy Fallon the other day.
Oh yeah, he's amazing.
Awesome.
I mean, they just have. You have to be really smart to be able to just spout off that brilliance, like off the top of your head.
Definitely, yeah.
So, what do you think about this movie?
Well,
Passengers.
I'm kind of in the middle of the road when it comes to Jennifer Lawrence. I like the Hunger Games books. I like the movies. The last one was awful. I really wish that. Yeah, it was terrible. So I think this movie, the synopsis sounds really weird, but I've read a lot of synopses, however you would say that, before movies have come out, and I thought, God, that sounds awful. But then you see the trailer and you realize, wow, they're really pulling off some amazing things with this. So I think this might be one of those movies where it sounds like, what the hell, these people in space. But I think that it's topical because if you've read recently, there was some researcher that had come out with this idea that there's going to be the next extinction, like the 6th great extinction on the planet.
Yep.
So I think that it's really topical. People are really afraid of these things happening. I think it's going to resonate with the public. And I think they're probably going to pull this off better than they thought. I don't think Chris Pratt would take a pretty terrible role.
I have faith in his choice of roles and stuff like that. And I think that you also have the fact where he's acting next to one of these, kind of in rotation every year, getting nominated for Academy Awards with Jennifer Lawrence. I mean, when you're a great actor or a great actress, you just want to line yourself up with other great actors and great actresses, because what that does is it hopefully elevates your level, you know, and takes you to another. You can see somebody else and how they, like, if I was an actor, I would love to be in a movie with Daniel Day-Lewis just to watch him and see what he does. And try and incorporate a little bit what he does into my own talent. And I'm sure, like even Leonardo DiCaprio, like whatever, he is a playboy and all that kind of stuff, I would love to see him work and see how he does it. I mean, some of these people just might be that naturally gifted and just come on and boom, they're right in the role and they can figure it out and got it and nailed it. I don't know, but I would love to see how they do it. That's for sure.
Speaking about that point is go back to Mad Max, and they weren't getting along. Because she said Tom Hardy was in the role all the time, like never out of that role. And they would travel, they said 3 hours every day to the desert, and then 3 hours back every day, and with each other all the time. Wow. And she got to the point where, you can't just act normal.
He's not like he's not talking.
Yeah,
he's kind of
he's
quiet.
in his role. Yeah,
he's just kind of like being that.
And that's why they couldn't get along. I mean, all those hot 110 degrees probably out in that desert.
And it's not like Charlize Theron needs to like learn anything because she's a phenomenal actress.
Yeah,
herself,
exactly.
so,
Yeah.
You know, but you know, she's one of those people that just happens to, you know, click in the
out,
roles.
yeah.
Other people's like to be a little more methodic about it and really get into their character.
I can see how that could piss you off, though.
Oh, absolutely.
Yes.
I mean, can you imagine living with
Tom Hardy,
like Abraham Lincoln or the guy from There Will Be Blood?
Yeah,
can you imagine living with that
That's
character?
true, yeah.
Holy shit. That would be miserable.
Yeah.
For his poor wife. I mean, holy cow. But I mean, how do you after being this person for a year to 2 years, how do you like get back to yourself?
Yeah.
I mean, maybe that's why he takes so much time in between roles.
Yeah, because he doesn't do that many roles. I mean, he's not like one of those
every
guys
couple
that,
of years, 3-4 years. Or
every eight months you don't see Daniel Day-Lewis coming out with a new movie.
No.
You know?
Yeah, that's crazy.
And weren't people saying like Heath Ledger had a hard time getting out of his role, and that might
That was
have
part
led
of with the Joker. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was part of, you know, his unfortunate another early death. That's just too bad because he was. I always liked him, and I felt like he was just on this upward trend of really reaching that, like, you know, elite status. And unfortunately, you know, like a lot of young actors and musicians and, you know.
Chris Farley. And,
they just, there's a lot of drugs floating around Hollywood, and it's unfortunate.
Yeah.
All right, so we're going to move on to the next one with Kick-Ass. The Matthew Vaughn has said he is not done with Kick-Ass, the Kick-Ass franchise.
Yes.
And he was disappointed how the second one turned out and to get the Kick-Ass fan base back on board. He feels like a Hit Girl / Big Daddy prequel needs to be done.
Yes.
That will pave the way for a Kick-Ass 3. There's no talks with him, you know, being the director for any of these. He produced the last one, didn't turn out that great. I don't know if I'm assuming that he's going to write. I don't know if he'll direct. His directing plate is kind of filled up at the moment.
Yeah.
With there being no word that he will direct or who will direct, or if Nick Cage and Chloe Grace Moretz, because Chloe Grace Moretz isn't a little girl anymore.
No. Yeah.
So who is going to play Hit Girl in this movie? Because it's supposed to be set where they are like
where
how they
meeting,
became the way that they are, and you know them learning to be Hit Girl and Big Daddy. Would you be excited to get a prequel for another Kick-Ass movie? I'm going to start off with someone who seems excited about it.
Yeah, start off with her.
I'm going to start off with Jade. All right, now
She's going to
set a time
explode.
limit now.
She's going to explode if you don't start with her.
We have 3 minutes to talk about this.
Okay, cool.
All right, go ahead.
Love it. I'm so excited that that's coming back. When I was thinking about the Fuck, Marry, Kill game that you guys do, Kick-Ass was one of the ones that was competing with me with Burn After Reading.
Oh, okay.
So I loved the first one. I haven't seen the second one. I'm glad I haven't because I think I might not be as enthusiastic about it right now.
Okay.
So,
Jim Carrey in that movie was my favorite part.
Greatest
him.
cameo by Jim Carrey, I thought.
Really? I'm going to have to
Jim
see
Carrey
it.
in that movie.
Yeah. So I'm very excited about this. I can't wait.
All right. So what about you, Chad?
I might have been one of the few that actually liked Kick-Ass 2.
Oh, really?
I liked it. I loved the first one.
Yeah.
The second one obviously wasn't as good as the first one.
No.
But I didn't think it was that bad. But to see Matthew Vaughn come out and say that it was bad, I mean,
he didn't say it was bad. He said it was
maybe
disappointed.
Disappointed in the reviews from people or whatever.
Right.
I think they can do it. They can pull it off as long as they get Nick Cage back. They don't really need Chloe back.
Because I mean, she's mostly in a mask.
Maybe for the third one, bring her back.
Yeah.
But for this one, you don't need her. You don't. I don't even see her being in the movie. I mean, she's good. She's too old now.
Right.
So, I think if they get Nick Cage back, they have to bring Nick Cage back. He was
awesome in the original.
And the young kid there, he's getting a lot more acting jobs now too, though. So I don't even know if he's going to be coming back or.
I mean,
you need to bring him back too. I think
not in the first one.
Not in the first one. In the third one,
not in the prequel, but in the third movie, you need to bring him back. But I mean, he has said that he would do another one.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming that it's just a matter of how much money they can give him.
That's a good role for him too.
Yeah. I mean, it is what it is. For me, I would like to see a prequel. I wouldn't really want to see a third movie. I don't think I need a third movie. I think they kind of tied it up. But I would like to see a prequel because in the first movie, I've never really liked the Kick-Ass character. Like I never really cared for him. I really enjoy Chloe Grace Moretz and Nick Cage. The Hit Girl and Big Daddy were amazing. They made that first movie. Yes. So I would love to see how they started, and I would like to see them kind of work their way and kind of be, fighting crime underground. That would be great.
Right now, the director that's kind of they're going after is Gareth Evans. Oh yeah, that would be. He did The Raid. Yeah. Have you ever seen The Raid?
Yes.
The Raid was phenomenal.
I saw The Raid 2, which he did.
Both of them were awesome. Yeah, he did both, and he did VHS 2, which you've probably never seen.
No,
that's not your kind of movie.
No,
but The Raid 1 and 2, both phenomenal movies. Like they've gotten really good reviews on.
Raid 2 was amazing,
but the first one was even better. If you've never seen the first one,
you think it was better?
Yes.
Really?
The Raid was better than The Raid 2. Yes.
Oh, I was just gonna say that.
Go ahead.
In the first Kick-Ass movie, you see the beginnings of Hit Girl and Big Daddy when the mother had taken some drugs and killed herself. So I really would love to see who plays the mother and how they're gonna play that out, because I bet you that's gonna be a big part of the first movie.
Yeah, I'm sure that's what they're gonna go for. I mean, that's part of the whole thing. And I'm on board seeing a prequel, not so much the third installment.
I would
Grace
both of
Moretz
them.
is hot now. She is so gorgeous, and I think there's going to be a lot of people that really want to go see that. And I think they're trying to play off of the Jennifer Lawrence bandwagon. Women are becoming a hot thing, especially in action movies.
Yeah.
So if Chloe Grace Moretz comes back looking as good as she does,
I think they'll try and do it.
Yeah.
Especially if the first one, if the prequel does well, because the second, I mean, you had the first one did okay at the box office.
Yeah.
It wasn't like a big hit, had a big
It's a
cult following.
It's a cult following.
And the second one, like almost bombed at the
Carrie's
box office.
fault.
What's that?
That's Carrie's fault.
I mean, it's one of those.
I mean, he badmouthed the whole thing.
Yeah, I mean, he was. I don't think that he could take away from that much. He was bad mouthing the whole weapons and violence, and he after he just played a character.
Exactly.
Weapons and violence. Yeah. He was essentially like Casey Jones. From like the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Yeah.
He was a little vigilante. And he was phenomenal in the role. But I don't know if he had an issue with the studio or something like that. But he went off on a tirade, and he just went bananas and just started, was like, I don't like fighting and violence and shooting and all that kind of stuff. And I think it did take away from the movie. But if anything, like they say, bad promotion is better than no promotion. I mean, so like it's one of those things. I don't know if it really hurt the movie that much. I think it just didn't happen to be as good.
Yeah, it just wasn't. I liked it, but it wasn't as good.
I thought it was okay.
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't anything great, but I did like Jim Carrey in it.
Yeah.
All right, next topic. Marvel, Sony, and Paramount are skipping out of San Diego Comic-Con this year. That is a huge event that they have in San Diego every year, where people just buy tickets. You get to go
nerd
fest.
It's
a big nerd
big
fest. But where all these movies drop all this news. I mean, there is not another week in a year where this much news gets dropped as far as movies go. I mean, I remember last year, I think I posted something like 80 times during that week, and I didn't even cover everything.
Yeah.
On the Facebook page that we have. You can go to facebook.com/the CineBros.
Oh, nice little plug there.
You can check that out. It's right there on the screen. So is this going to be a trend? I know that a lot of the Disney properties like Marvel, they have their D23 little con that they do. And I think that they're trying to shift all theirs to kind of get more buzz around their actual Comic-Con.
Yeah.
So that makes sense for them. But Sony and Paramount, was Sony doing the Rogue Nation, Mission Impossible? I don't know what Paramount has coming out, but do you think it's wise for them to just back out, even though they have movies coming out? And do you think it's going to be a trend that that more studios are going to follow suit and start spreading out through different Comic-Cons? I'm curious to see what you have to say. For someone that just learned that San Diego Comic-Con was a thing.
No, I knew it was a thing. I can't even joke around with you anymore. I think it's kind of what you said. I think they're kind of just like, hey, we got our own Comic-Con kind of thing,
but Sony and Paramount don't.
But no, they don't. But I don't know. I think it's kind of weird. Why wouldn't you want to go there? But
you get so much attention.
Yeah, I don't know. But I'm gonna look at it this way. It's very good news for Warner Brothers and Lionsgate, because they got big movies coming out. more people are going to be going, concentrating on those now. I mean,
I do think
Jesse
that
Eisenberg signed on to be there as Lex Luthor.
I think that Marvel is a little afraid. A little
scared?
afraid of WB because, in my opinion, and I think most people's opinion, WB has won Comic-Con 2 years in a row. 2 years ago, they announced Superman vs. Batman, and that everybody was talking about that. They weren't talking about all the other movies that Marvel was coming out with. And then last year, they dropped that trailer, the little teaser trailer, and that's what everybody was talking about. Like, I think that with WB kind of winning Comic-Con, I think they're well, maybe we won't spend our money there, and we'll drop it at D23, get people talking a little bit later in the year. What do you think?
I think it's smart for them because then they don't have to deal with all of the competition. And I think that if their stuff is good enough, that they'll get enough attention at whatever it is they decide to do. But I don't know. Part of me thinks it's really stupid because this is people go there. They expect these things every year. That I've been wanting to go to San Diego Comic-Con for at least 6 years now.
I wanted to go this year, and I signed on to the forum at signed on to get tickets 4 hours after they started, and they were already sold out.
Oh, yeah.
And that's, I think, one of the big things. I think the actual convention center that they use, I think it's too small, and that they either need to expand it a little bit, or because you shouldn't, for something like that, it shouldn't be just all media and that's it. And that's what it's kind of turning out to be.
Yeah.
Is that it's like all media and there's no fans that are actually getting in to go into these things. So I think that kind of sucks for the fans. And I wanted to go, and
just as a fan.
As a fan. I would like to go and maybe go into Hall H, which is the famous hall that they use to do all these big, drops with, Marvel, and where they have all the actors come out and they do a Q&A and all that kind of stuff. It'd be kind of cool. Show some trailers and footage. Like last year, Mad Max was the second winner because they played their trailer there last year, and that was huge. They almost stole it from WB. There was a lot of people talking about it, and they loved the trailer. So
there's a lot of big things coming out, man.
It costs the studios money to go and do this. So maybe they think they can save the money.
I don't think the money's the issue.
I don't know.
Dude, they make tons of money off these.
I know, but you can spend say $500,000 to sign up to do Hall H, or if you're Marvel, do it for free at D23 because it's part of your company. You're just if you're paying for it, you're essentially just exchanging money from one hand to the other. Thanks for the $500,000. I'll just put it in here to here, and thanks.
I personally don't think that's the issue. I don't think money is the issue.
Money's always an issue.
I don't think not that small amount of money. It's a big amount of money to us, but $500,000 is nothing for these guys. I mean they're making billions of dollars on movies now.
I don't think the investment is the problem. I think that they want to make their own money and invest in their own operations.
That could be that. Yeah, that could be the. I don't think the money is what's stopping them from doing it. Okay. But like she said, I think them actually giving themselves money is actually smarter.
All right. So. Okay. All right, so we're going to move on to the next one. Box office totals are in for this week, which is the second week of Jurassic World, and it made a lot more money than I thought it was going to make. Yep. I did think it was gonna, finish in the top spot. I don't know if I was 5 out of 5 this week. I don't think I was. I think because Dope made less money than I thought it was going to make. Dope was such an amazing movie.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed it a lot. I definitely think you guys should go check it out because. I'll even post a little link to my review of it because that movie is so much fun, and if you're not laughing during this movie, you're dancing in your seat because the soundtrack that they have in this is amazing. Like Humpty Dance, Rum Shaker, Scenario from Dark Ball Quest, Busta Rhymes, all this. It was amazing. I loved the soundtrack and the movie, the story, everything was great. So it was unfortunate. I thought it was going to make around 8, maybe 9 mil, but it made a little bit less. So top 5 are Jurassic World with $102 million in its second weekend. These are the early estimates, so the actuals will probably come out a little bit later today, which is Monday, June 22nd, I believe, that we're recording this. Yep. And number 2, Inside Out, which also made a lot of money, a lot more than it was expected. Yeah, it was expected to do somewhere between 60 and 70. It made $91 million. And then you had Spy with You go from 102 to 91 to $10 million, $10.5 million at the box office. San Andreas in number 4 at 8.2, and Dope at $6.0 million, which it is an independent film.
Is it?
Yeah,
I didn't know.
Yeah, it's an independent movie, and it was backed by like Forrest Whitaker. He was a producer. Puffy Combs and Pharrell Williams. They were all executive producers on the film. It was at I would say a small wide release, 2,000 theaters or something like that. Whereas your big budgets like Jurassic World is in over 4,000 theaters right now. So. What are your thoughts on the top 5 or even the top 10?
I mean, a lot of people want to watch movies this weekend. I'm very surprised. Like
your girl Anna Kendrick is over Mad Max again.
Yeah, I noticed that. Don't worry, I was hoping they were going to get.
2 finished in 7th.
I really thought they were going to get the 6th spot. Like if I was going down a little bit lower, I thought they would have beat out Insidious. Insidious, or whatever the fuck was called.
Insidious.
Yeah, Insidious.
John Malkovich.
Yeah, whatever. Oh my god, here we go. On to the there. You can talk now.
Oh, me? Okay. I am not surprised. I figured Jurassic Park was going to be fantastic because all the people that saw Jurassic Park as kids are now they're kind of making a little bit of money now. So I mean I think the nostalgia drives everybody back. And I think
was like 14 years between the third movie
I was
and
6.
This movie. So,
I was 6 when it came out, and I remember my parents saying, "Oh, I don't know if we should take her to go see it. It's kind of scary." So that demographic is going to go see it too because they want to know what it's all about. So I'm not surprised that is as successful as it was. It has a wide appeal. Dope, I am surprised about. That looked really good to me. It reminds me of Orange County with Jack Black. That looked really good. Inside Out, really surprised about that. But then again, there hasn't been a lot of kids movies coming out lately. I think the last one was in March, and it was Home.
We had one recently. Oh, I guess it's not a real kid movie with Tomorrowland.
Oh yeah, that's not.
It actually has a similar message, not the same, but the message is they have a very powerful message in Inside Out. They have a very powerful message in Tomorrowland. So I don't know if you're gonna like Inside Out.
Oh, I will.
I don't know if you're gonna like. It's not what the trailer sold you.
Just for Louis Black alone, I'm gonna.
It's not what the trailer sold you on.
Okay.
It's not. It's my wife. Actually, we went. Me, my wife, my son, and my son's friend Piper. We all went to the theater together, and she was actually disappointed because she liked the movie, and she just felt that the trailers that she saw, they marketed it to her wrong because they kind of sold her on one thing. And when she went there, she was expecting one thing, and she didn't get that throughout the whole movie. But she did appreciate the message and everything. I think she told me she would give it like a 7 out of 10. But what she wanted, if she got that, because those were the real funny parts for her, she felt like she would have like given it like a much higher rating than that. If it could still kind of give.
I'm going tonight,
message.
so. I'll let you know.
Okay.
All right. All right. I am shocked with Dope not making $8 million. I'm really shocked with that. I'm also shocked with Jurassic World and Inside Out. I really thought Jurassic World doesn't have the extra rewatchability. For me, I saw it once. I'm good. I don't need to see it again. And I feel like you need those people to go in and see it a second, third, and fourth time.
I've already seen it twice, and I want to go back to the third time.
See, I have no feeling to go see it a second time. I was like, I enjoyed it, but it's not something that I feel like I need to go back. I noticed quite a bit of the Easter eggs that were in it. I don't really need to go back to see it.
I watched it in the IMAX theater in Providence the first time.
Nice.
And then I went and saw it in regular SD, like. I don't even know what the SD
2D.
standard
2D.
Standard definition.
It's just 2D.
I just call it standard definition now.
It's not SD. It's not standard. It's a high def.
It's not IMAX. And the IMAX was so much better. Like I want to go back and see it in IMAX now again because I didn't get that same feel for it. But I could probably watch it about 2 or 3 more times in the theater before I would probably get a little bit sick of it. But
all right. Well, I mean,
I think it has a rewatchability.
I think the other big shock in this is Tomorrowland. Is that I think it's he finished 10 this week.
That doesn't surprise me.
No. Did you see it?
No.
It's
that's why it doesn't surprise me.
Don't say it.
I'm more shocked.
That's
I'm more shocked. I'm not shocked at it finishing 10th. I'm more shocked at the fact that it is going to lose like $150 million.
As well as it should.
It
was terrible.
It wasn't terrible.
It was one of the worst movies I've seen this year, and I've seen some pretty bad movies.
What did you rate it?
Dude, didn't I give it like a 4?
I don't know.
I gave it like a 3 or a 4. It was that bad. It was
not that bad.
Everybody was sleeping around us.
You had 2 people sleeping around.
And they were both on both sides of me. That's bad. And the theater was packed with kids making noises the whole time.
I was in the theater, and with the theater that I was in, a third of the people gave it a standing ovation at the end of the movie.
Really? I have never seen that happen.
No. It happens quite often, especially when
Jurassic World. There was 3 ovations during that at the IMAX theater.
There was 2 at the theater.
At the opening. For us, it was the opening. Mm-hmm. The second one was the actual dinosaur fight, and then the third one was at the end. The first ovation was after the dinosaur fight, the fight, the big fight scene, and then the second one was at the end of the movie. See, and that was like wow, like everybody was clapping. I would say like the 80%. The first one when you first see Jurassic Park come on, like I wanted to clap at first, and I was like, I want to start it, but right before I clapped, like somebody else started clapping.
A couple of people when it came on, when that came on, a couple people went like they were like woo, like they were excited, but that was. It only got a couple of claps.
We got legit claps in the IMAX theater.
Yeah, it's cool. I like seeing movies in packed theaters. I mean, a lot of people don't like it because they feel so claustrophobic, but I love it because it just enhances the.
But the new theaters now though, it's fine. Like when you go to Waterford and it's a packed theater.
Fuck Waterford.
You don't have any.
I grew up in Waterford.
I love the
seats. Waterford is.
He thinks
awesome.
it smells like pee.
No, it used to. It used to. It doesn't smell like pee anymore. It did used to smell like a cat box. But now, I would say now they cleaned up the litter. They actually scooped the litter box, and the seats are very comfortable. And I think that is a good theater to go see comedies, movies like Dope, but not like movies like San Andreas and Jurassic World. Even movies like you could go see Inside Out, but I think their sound quality is not that great. I think it's okay.
It's old school.
The pictures, their screens are small. Like I don't really think that their theater is worth spending the extra money just for those comfy seats. They are nice, and I do go there from time to time to go see comedies. Like I saw Top 5 there last year, and we saw what was it Hot Tub Time Machine that we saw there? Hot Tub Time Machine, we saw The Wedding Ringer there. Yep. So I mean, I will go there. They're comfy, but
dude, all these new movies though, I think if you're really into movies and you really want to see one of these, you got to spring and just go to IMAX. I mean, take that from around here. I mean. You said the other day we got listeners in Canada. Do they even have IMAX up there?
I'm sure
they're a little bit behind times out there.
They cut a couple logs. They put up a big screen. I mean, what the hell kind of place do you think Canada is? What are you talking about?
Do they all have like those Mountie hats on and like you can't see over them?
Molson.
Labatt Blue. That's what we need to get.
Molson Ice and their Labatt's Blue.
But yeah, you need to spring and just find your local like IMAX theater and see these movies because it's so much better.
It is.
We went and saw Guardians of the Galaxy in IMAX, didn't we?
Yeah.
And oh my god, that movie is so much better. I mean, I got a good TV at the house. I mean, a really good TV, and it doesn't even compare to the IMAX.
No.
Nah.
So. I mean, surround sound, everything. The sound there is amazing. I mean, it's just a great experience, and that is definitely one that you want to go see.
Yeah.
All right, so we are going up to the next topic here. And the next segment, actually, is...
In or out of the movie trailer park.
Yeah! I want to give a shout out to Greg Fossler. It was DJ Rock G. I think that's the DJ name he goes by because he did all the drops and stuff like that for our segments, and I really appreciate it. He did a great job with them. And we also have some other things, like Kat Pielli, who is doing she's doing a lot of our logos and stuff like that. She does a great job with those. She did the movies that hurt so good, and she's coming up with all the different segments as well. So we really appreciate that. Adds a little production quality to these things. So we're gonna go into in or out of the movie trailer park, and this is where everyone loves a good movie trailer. I mean, who doesn't like watching these little previews besides Chad sometimes? I never watched trailers until you started doing the show.
Never even thought about it.
So, I mean, I personally love them, especially like comedic ones. I mean, I mean, I did a reaction trailer to. I said this last time to the Vacation movie, and Oh, I mean, it's like got like 650 or 700 views. I was like pretty shocked. And actually, it got pegged by whoever's making the movie. They saw the little clip that I had in there that I was watching, and they were like, nope, you can't do that. This is our property.
Oh,
Nice.
And I was like, sweet.
Yes.
They nailed me. I was like, that's awesome.
They saw me.
Yeah. And they were like, oh, but he's got like 700
that's
views,
good
so we'll
for
let
you
him keep
guys.
going. Go ahead and advertise our movie. Thanks. Yeah, come on. What the hell? But yeah, I am, I love movie trailers. So I don't like watching a billion of them like Marvel properties have been doing, but I do like watching them. And that's going to be a new rule. These rules that Chad is so defiant on all the time. New rule is we're only allowed to talk about a particular movie twice in the movie trailer park section.
I like that rule.
We can only watch 2 trailers and talk about them in this. So that's the new rule. And I'm glad Chad likes it because
Now I have 2 rules.
Yeah, 2 rules, and he tries to defy them both. You're so awesome. I love you. Anyway, the first one up is June 17th, which is the Peanuts movie official trailer number 3. We didn't talk about any of these yet, so this is the first one, and I really like the trailer. So after watching this trailer, are you in or out on this being a critically acclaimed movie, like gets like the 90 plus at the Rotten Tomatoes, and do you think it'll be a box office hit at the box office? We'll start off with Mr. Chadwick.
As far as being a box office hit, I would say no. I think it's gonna do well. I don't think it's gonna like break records or anything.
Right.
But I love the way that it looks.
Right.
Like the CG, but it kind of looks like a drawing kind of thing they got going on. Because if you watch Snoopy's like expressions and stuff,
it's very like old school, like the way it used to look.
And they actually had a little tribute right at the beginning of the trailer where you had like the little thought thing come up, and it had the throwback like comic strip in it, and I love that. And it looks like it's gonna be goofy, like Charlie Brown, goofy, fun. Like
love it.
I loved all the holiday specials that they always had. I watched them every year as a kid. I mean, I still watch them.
Charlie Brown's Christmas.
Charlie Brown's Christmas. They had a Thanksgiving one. Like they had the one where they all went camping and they were going racing down the river.
The comic
and stuff.
strip was around for a long time.
Yeah. I love it. I'm all in. I'll be in the movie theater watching it.
Excellent. What about you, Jade?
When does it come out?
I think it comes out later this year. I thought it was coming out in 2016, but it comes out later this year.
In November.
Okay. If it comes out in November and there's not a lot of competition, I would be in on this. I think it's going to be big because, it all depends on what other movies are coming out around that time. But around November is like the family time. That's when the holidays are there. Kids are out from school. Parents want something to do with them. So I think it will be big. And I think that it appeals to both demographics, the kids and the parents, because parents grew up with Peanuts.
There's so many generations of Peanut
grandparents.
fans.
That's another good point, too. Around the holidays, all the generations come together. You have grandparents, parents, kids. So, yeah, I think it could be big.
Yeah,
November 6th.
Okay. Are you all in
November
on this?
6th.
I'm all in. Yeah.
I'm really looking forward to this movie based off of this trailer alone.
Yeah.
I think the other ones kind of was like, all right. Yeah, they're all right. But this particular trailer, I loved it. I loved the way that they're going about it, where he's there's a new kid coming to the town. He's not sure if it's going to be a girl or a boy, and he wants to kind of turn himself into like a more instead of being the clumsy oaf that he is, he wants to be that macho kind of cool guy, and he really wants to kind of do that. I love and I love Snoopy. I've always loved Snoopy. Of course. And he has that little Red Baron scene where he's doing that. Yep. I can't wait to see all this stuff, and I'm really looking forward to it. So I do think it's going to be a critically acclaimed. I think if there's any movie that comes out this year that's animated, that's going to give Inside Out a run for its money. Oh yeah, it's going to be the Peanuts movie. Yep. I think that one's going to be. Just due to nostalgia fact alone, I think you're going to have a lot of the people that voted, the voters of the Academy, that are going to be like, I grew up on this stuff, and it brings back so many good memories. Yeah. Like
I'm still on the good dinosaur train.
Even though thing's like in ground, stuck its heels in the dirt right now.
It's so disappointing right now, but I still think it's gonna be close as long as it doesn't derail again
for the 4th time. All right, next trailer up is the Boulevard official trailer number 1. And this is starring Robin Williams in his last role before he passed away August 11th of last year. As it said during the trailer, one of the people had a little quote that popped up and said, this is one of Robin Williams' best. I think it might have said it's his best performance. Are you in or out on this being Robin Williams' greatest performance? And do you think that the movie will be good? I'll start off with you, Chad.
Again.
Yeah, we're going to go right for you again. Let's do it.
I mean, obviously, I can't really say that it is going to be his best performance. I mean, he's been in so many great movies. I mean, I have a feeling.
Hunting.
I almost feel like they're saying it just because. I mean, it's sad to say that he died.
Yeah,
and that is his last role, and they want people to go see it. I mean, maybe that's why they're saying this.
Yeah.
I mean, dude, Patch Adams was one of my favorite movies of all time.
That was good.
And he played a phenomenal role in that movie, and
he's been really good. He is
Yes.
a great actor.
that movie
Oh my
Jack
God.
was awesome.
Yeah.
He is phenomenal.
Yeah.
He was great in Hook.
Yeah.
I mean, he is.
Yeah.
I loved him in Popeye.
Yeah.
He was in Good Will Hunting.
I saw him in the Popeye.
He was the only
Yeah.
thing good
Dead
about
Poets
Popeye.
Society. Good Morning Vietnam. I mean,
yeah,
he
What
has-
Dreams May Come.
He has so many great roles.
Yeah.
That
Aladdin.
Aladdin.
Yeah.
I mean, he is what started that whole
Yes.
voice act, like the
Yeah.
actual actors being like in the voicing
Yeah.
these actual animated characters. I love him in so many movies. I do not think this. I think I'm sad that they say that. They said this, like, this is his great performance. It feels cheesy to me.
Yeah.
And I hope that the movie's good. I'm sure he's going to give a great performance because that's what he does, or what he did. I don't know. I think putting that in there makes it cheesy, and just let it speak for itself. Let his work speak for itself. You don't have to put greatest, performance ever.
Yeah.
It's just a cheesy way to kind of try and draw people in. Like, you don't need to say it. Even if it is his greatest performance, you don't need to say that just because I don't know. I was almost offended by it when I saw it. I was like, oh, come on, really?
Yeah.
Like, it just seems too cheesy for me.
They said that about what's his name too that just died, Hoffman, Philip.
Oh, Philip Seymour. Yeah.
And
yes.
they said that about his last movie, A Man Apart, and it was good. I liked the movie. But it wasn't his best performance. I mean, but I did hear before the movie came out, like, oh,
It wasn't as good as Along Came Polly.
That was an awesome one. I love that movie.
We gotta leave. Why? I sharded. You what?
The basketball scene.
I sharded.
The basketball scene was the best scene.
He's like, whoo, flying basketballs out.
His head was in that guy's sweaty gut.
So funny.
All slow motion.
I'm
like,
a big
whoa.
fan of that. A big fan of that movie. What do you think?
I agree with you. I think that if I don't necessarily think that it's a marketing ploy, but I do think that because he died, they're saying, oh my gosh, this is his best performance ever. And I heard that there's a line in it somewhere that he says something about like that he's going to die or like wants to die or something like that. So I think that kind of gives it some gravity, but I think people are biased and they're saying that because, he's gone and this is a movie about kind of like redeeming your life and getting your life back on track, which is ironic because he, couldn't do that. So
yeah, it's unfortunate, but I'm hoping that the movie's great. I want it to be great. I hope that it's great. And
what did you think about the trailer itself?
I thought the trailer was good. I thought it was pretty good. I wouldn't say if I just saw this and he was still alive, I'd be like, oh, I got to go see this.
Yeah.
I know that, and everybody knows that he passed away.
Yeah.
I think that enough would have gotten people out to the theater to go see it.
It looked really dark to me. Like,
it is, yeah.
I just a little too dark for my likings. Like I like dramas and I watch movies like that, but it's just like a little too dark for me. A little too deep. A little too deep for me.
But it comes back in the end, so I don't know.
Yeah.
It's a weird
They
trailer.
probably didn't balance the trailer right,
Yeah, I mean, whatever. And they're trying to really kind of hammer it home that he passed away. Unfortunately, I don't know. I think it was in poor taste a little bit, but just that comment on there.
Yeah.
I don't do that. You don't need to do it. Let the work speak for itself.
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna move on to the next one, and that is the Secret Life of Pets official teaser trailer. You've seen a small glimpse as to what you're gonna get from this movie. Are you in or out on this movie after watching the first teaser? We'll start off with Jade.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, let's go.
I'm in. I think that there's a lot of people that can relate to this. I think there's a lot of people that have a pet of some kind. And, everybody sees their pet as like this goofy, silly kind of animal. I think
and it's just a part of their family.
It
too.
is,
They love
yeah.
them.
And you leave them alone for 8 hours a day, and the trailers, all these people shutting the doors and leaving goodbye, which everybody does as part of their routine.
Yep.
And what does my dog or cat do when I'm not there? And I've made jokes myself about like, oh, the dog and the cat throw a party. They and so I think that a lot of people, it's going to resonate with a lot of people, and I think I'm in.
Yeah. What about you, Chad?
I'm all in. I'm waiting to see a real trailer for this because the teaser was not enough for me. I laughed the whole time. I'm not a pet person at all. Like I will never own a pet in my life.
He doesn't like anything tying him down, ladies.
Yeah. The only pet I would ever own, and I've wanted to own one for like 12 years now, is a hedgehog.
Aww.
And that's the only thing I would ever want to own. They're getting really big.
Cute.
They're getting really big now. But I laugh.
I've been watching the hedgehog trends, and the last 10 years.
But let me
now
tell you,
huge.
I do love dog cartoons and and anything to do with cats and dogs and cartoons. I love because they're usually funny. I even like the Aristocrats. I mean,
the Aristocats.
Pretty good.
Yes,
the Aristocats. Yeah.
The Aristocats. I love that one. I mean, All Dogs Gone to Go to Heaven.
That's one of my favorites of all time.
I mean, all those cartoon like
Carface.
Yes, yes. Remember the big alligator singing those ridiculous songs?
Oh,
and these people made Despicable Me, so I'm already already all in.
Yeah.
So
I am saddened by this trailer that I didn't do a reaction trailer to this. Because I laughed during I was like, oh, that's funny. And I was kind of like chuckling here and there. But at the very end, with that dog, all proper, like the poodle there. And
the head banging.
See you later, Mitzi, or whatever the dog's name is. He's like, he like pats it on the head and like walks out the door. And then you have this like, violin playing, din, 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 din. And then all of a sudden you see the dog over there and hit the button. And it's like this. I thought it was going to kind of try and do a modern take. So you'd have it some hip hop.
Yeah.
I was expecting hip hop. They came on and did this hard metal, and the dog was just like. Did
you see the dog?
And the little dog bounced.
I was like, did you see the little dog on the couch?
I couldn't breathe. I was laughing so hard. I was like, like dying. Oh my Lord! I cannot wait to see this. And the other bad part about this thing is that it's not coming out until next year.
Yeah,
that is the worst part because this movie looks so funny based off the trailer. Everybody wants to know what their pets are thinking, and this is just kind of give it a little glimpse inside their head.
The people they got signed on to, Hannibal Buress is gonna be in it. Louis C.K.
Oh, your boy Hannibal.
Yes.
Hannibal's in it. Louis C.K. You got Eric Stonestreet is big right now, and Bobby Moynihan. He's gonna be in it. Lake Bell.
Yeah,
she's in.
Is what's her face? Sarah Silverman in this too? I don't know.
She's not listed on the cast yet, but she might be.
Louis C.K. I love him. He's hilarious.
Yeah,
he cracks me up.
Yeah, so anything that he's tied to is it's gonna be him and Hannibal Buress. I would love to be in the studio with just them two. Like, I couldn't even imagine because they're two totally different comedians. Yeah. Like Hannibal's really relaxed, like. Very cool, calm, and collected, and Louis C.K. is more
angry.
A little angry, and Louis C.K. he's angry too, but he's more eccentric, kind of like out there.
Yeah.
I want to know what the storyline is going to be because they just showed a bunch of pets at home. So what is the storyline going to be? What's the arc? Do they all come together? So
that's why I want that first trailer. Yeah. I think it's going to give you a little bit more. And
all right, so we're all in on this.
I'm all in. Yeah.
All right, so we're going to move on to the next one. This is a modern trailer recut of Jaws and its 40th anniversary. He's starting to sip on some of that stuff that you drink.
Wait till the next podcast.
Yeah, Lord. He brought a six-pack. Shit's about to get real. In or out on this recut trailer, and would you go to see the movie in the theater based off of this modern trailer? I'll start. I hated this modern trailer. I thought it gave way too much away. It ticked me off. They didn't really utilize the theme music that was so important and iconic in this movie. If you are trying to sell me on watching Jaws, you don't give away some of the most important scenes with you don't need to see you don't need to see him shooting at the shark. You don't need to see it was Officer Brody or whatever. You don't need to see him shooting at the shark. You don't need to see Quint get eaten by the shark. Like you don't need to see all this. You're giving me too much, which gives me this is a true modern trailer because that is what they give away everything, especially in horror movies. They give away the ending, which you don't know it's the ending when you go see it in the theater, but when you're 3/4 of the way through and they gave away what's happening at the ending, you're like, oh, I already know how it's going to end. I can just leave now. I'm good. You're not going to scare me with it. So I did not like this recut. I thought that they just did way too much and gave way too much away, and they didn't The music.
I got one question.
Go.
Is it a fan cut or is it a studio cut?
I think that was made by Movie Clips.
All right. I thought I saw
Like
Fandango. I thought it said fan.
No, I think it's Fandango.
Yeah.
And Movie Clips. I think that they made this.
So it wasn't by the studio though.
No, it wasn't
right.
by the studio. The studio, I would have been pissed.
Yeah.
So what do you think? What did you think of this?
I liked it.
You liked the recut?
I like the recut. I watched the original. It's hard to say like which one I like better. I like them both. I don't think it gave away too much. It give away some.
I mean, we've all seen the movie. So, I mean,
and now that I have seen the movie,
yeah.
I don't think it gave away like too much. I would have got me in the theater to watch it.
What about you?
I'm kind of on the fence with this one. I liked the trailer, but I agree with you when you said it gave too much away because there's a part where the shark bites the guy's leg, and I mean,
it comes up on the boat. Like,
yeah.
I mean, you could see the shark maybe coming up on the boat.
Yep.
You didn't need to. You need to cut it off right there.
Yeah.
You don't need to see. That's an extremely iconic point in that
yeah,
movie.
because it's supposed to be thrilling. You don't know what's going to happen. Is the shark, gonna? And then when that happens, you're really surprised.
For me, I would have liked to see maybe a clip of them singing on the boat. When they're singing together and they have their scenes together.
My favorite scene.
That's your favorite scene in the movie. I would like to see maybe a little bit of that, kind of sucking people in with some of the humor and comedy of the movie, giving you some of the intense points, like maybe showing you the beginning part. And the woman's skinny dipping in the water. Kind of goes underwater like that. Do some stuff like that. You do not need to do. You don't need to give all the shit away in these movies. It drives me crazy, and that is with the horror genre in general. Like they just do a terrible job of cutting these trailers and then giving it all away, and then you go into the movie. I'm out on that recut. You're in.
I'm in. Yeah.
And
I'm on the fence, but I think people go see it because of the Sharknado and Shark Week thing. Yeah.
Sharknado.
I'm going to see Jaws.
I thought you said Sharknado.
No, I'm going to see Jaws, the 40th anniversary. We're going to go see it. I think it's in IMAX. It might be up in Manchester this coming Wednesday. A bunch of us are going to go and go check it out in the theater because I love the movie. It's such an iconic movie, and I can't wait to be there with all these fans and watching it again. I'm so excited.
Sharknado's playing in Lisbon.
Is it? When?
Riff Track's doing
the first one?
The second one because they already did the first one.
Oh, they did?
Yeah.
All right. Maybe we'll have to make our way out.
Have you seen the Sharknadoes?
I haven't seen any of them.
Oh my god, they're so epic.
I keep meaning to watch them, but I just haven't done it yet. And I'm sure I'm gonna get a lot of hate from that. I get yelled at for the stupidest stuff sometimes. Like, you never watch Sharknado!
It's a close second to Jaws and the best shark movie ever made.
I haven't seen Jaws.
What about Deep Blue Sea?
She's never seen Jaws.
No.
Yes.
That's why I'm in, but just the tip, Wedding
Crashers.
Wedding Crashers.
I love that. I made one with the Coops and the Visine. She's doing just the tip. This is great.
I did Christopher Walken earlier.
I have like a wall to Wedding Crashers over there too.
We might as well just change this to the Wedding Crasher podcast.
Hell yeah. Let's do that. We should just.
They do.
The CineBros should start just crashing some movies.
You know they do that for a Star Wars podcast. They actually watch 1 minute of the Star Wars and they do a whole podcast about the 1 minute.
Whoa.
1 minute at a time. They literally watch it for 1 minute and they do a podcast on that 1 minute.
I don't know if that would be tough.
Yeah.
A minute?
Yeah. And another side story.
The shading on his uniform is.
And another side story that actually has nothing to do with the podcast.
New Boba Fett.
But what has to do with everything with the podcast nowadays? I don't know. I on audiobook, I got Audible. And I downloaded the complete series of the Star Wars original radio show where they did the Star Wars on radio. So you'll have to borrow that from me. They said it's epic. Like it's better than reading the book.
All right.
Like they actually got what's his name to do the voice. Like he did the voice, the guy that's in it.
Oh, that guy, yeah.
Harrison Ford.
Oh,
he does the voices, and they said it's epic. Like it's.
I'm in.
It's awesome.
I'll check it out.
It's like, but it's the staticky and everything. Like the first couple of episodes, like because it's old timey radio.
Yeah.
But
all right, so I have 2 trailers left. There's 2 trailers left. We're gonna vote right here on live on camera. We're gonna pick which one we're gonna do.
I already know which one.
Are we going to do Kung Fu Panda or Daddy's Home?
Daddy's Home.
Daddy's Home. All right, so I was going to pick that too. The first official teaser trailer came out for Kung Fu Panda, but I only want to do 7. And since we're going to talk about Sicario briefly, that one movie looks pretty good. So I want to be able to add that in for the 7th. So Daddy's Home, after seeing this, came out June 19th. After seeing this trailer, are you excited for the movie? And do you think Farrell and Wahlberg can recap some of their magic that they had in The Other Guys? Are you in and out based on this trailer?
I'm in. I am all in. All right. I think they have great dynamics. They work really well together. It looks hilarious. And I think that this is a role we're not used to seeing Will Ferrell in.
Right.
But I know that he's great at it because he's played some other really awkward roles. I think it's going to be fantastic. Yeah. And again, it's going to resonate with the demographic because there's a lot of baby mama drama, baby daddy drama going on. So I think that's really going to make people
there's
laugh.
a lot of stepdads and
I
have a stepdad. I have
a stepdad and stepmom. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. All right. So what do you think, Chad?
I'm all in. You already know I love Will Ferrell. Anything Will Ferrell does, I love. And Mark Wahlberg.
Your boy, Marky Mark. Come on.
Mark.
Yes. Mark Wahlberg is one of my on top of my list too of greatest actors ever.
Oh yeah, he's great. Love him.
He's not bad to look at either.
I think it's hilarious. Will Ferrell played a stepbrother. Now he's a stepdad.
Yeah.
It's great.
Yeah, no, I'm all in about the movie. The movie looks like it's going to be hilarious. I was actually laughing along with the trailer.
Yeah, you got to do these reactions with me. I don't laugh at trailers. Lasted 2 of the ones that
I
came
laughed
in
at this one. Yeah, I definitely laughed at this one.
You can at least laugh at me laughing at the trailer.
and just
his reaction to your reaction to the trailer.
And just watching them
reaction to reaction.
Yes.
And watching them interact brought me back to The Other Guys and
I'm on the fence about this movie because just the tip. I'm on the fence because I'm more ouch ouchier on my hair. I didn't laugh a lot through this. I think that I want to see a reversal role because you had Will Ferrell playing the straight-laced character in The Other Guys. You have Will Ferrell playing the straight-laced in this character. So it's almost like they're the same characters, just in a different movie. And I want to see a little bit different. I did laugh a couple of times, but I didn't laugh anywhere near as much as I did when I was watching like The Other Guys trailers and stuff like that. I thought that was brilliant. So this, I'm kind of on the fence about.
I laughed so hard when he was coming down the escalator and he had the sign. The guy next to him, he goes, that guy is definitely better than you.
Yeah.
Thanks for that. Yeah.
There is. I mean, like I said, I did laugh a couple times, but it's not like the Vacation trailer when I watched it. Like, I
think this one looks funnier than that one.
I don't. I love
the very ending.
Don't
worry, nobody got hurt. Farrell's in the wall.
Yeah. And then he punches the wall. That I laughed with. He punches the wall.
Yeah, he goes, "Put your shirt on."
You just put your shirt on. So I think it's gonna be. It should be funny. I mean, Will Ferrell's in it. Mark Wahlberg and them. I do like Wahlberg more in comedic roles than I do in like serious roles. I'm on the fence. I'm on the fence. Just the tip. Ouch, ouch, you're on my hair. All right, and we're going to talk about Sicario real quick. This is a movie that is, it's kind of, I think Emily Blunt plays an FBI character, and she kind of gets sucked into this underground kind of almost world, and not really. I mean, it's kind of like the CIA and FBI, and what's his name?
Josh Brolin.
Josh Brolin is one of the people that are in the movie with her.
Benicio del Toro.
He's Benicio del Toro. That's what I was trying to think.
Love him.
Yeah, he's in the movie. And he seems a little on the sketchy side.
Yes, he plays those characters great.
And this. I was watching this trailer and I saw this and I was like, oh man, we got to do this. So I sent him an email and said, we got to do that. We got to talk about this one. We're going to take one of the trailers out. After watching the trailer, what do you think? Do you think that this movie will be good? And how good do you think it'll be? Do you think this could possibly get some maybe Academy love? I can start just based off of everything. I watched this trailer, and Emily Blunt is another one that I think she is not only beautiful.
Yes.
But she is extremely talented. And I buy her as a badass. Edge of Tomorrow, or whatever you want to call it, the 9 titles that it had at one point in time. Live, Die, Repeat. All You Need Is Kill.
That's what I call it. Live, Die, Repeat.
That's what it's called now.
Yeah.
When it was in the theaters, it was called Edge of Tomorrow.
Yeah, I don't like that one.
The book is titled All You Need Is Kill.
Yeah, I don't like that.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. So I really loved that movie. and I bought her as a badass. And I liked her in Devil Wears Prada. Like she's just a phenomenal actress that I will seek out. And in this movie, I think she's going to knock this role out of the park too. I mean, I think she is just taking on roles and kind of like women empowerment almost. Yep. Like she is showing that we can do this just as well as men. Yeah. I wanted her to be Wonder Woman so bad.
Oh,
that is the person I was campaigning for. Her or Jamie Alexander. Obviously Gal Gadot got it, but that's too bad. But hopefully it'll be good. So I am really looking forward to this movie. I think the interactions between her, Josh Brolin, and Benicio del Toro. I think this movie looks really good. Sicario is the word hitman. In Spanish, I believe. I'm really looking forward to this movie. I like these type of movies where it's kind of like the cops and like the underground like hitman community, and I think it's going to be really, really cool. And the tone of the trailer was amazing. What did you think, Chad?
I'm all in for it. I think it's awesome. The director is a good director. I think he hasn't done a lot, but the ones that he has done have gotten really good reviews.
Yep.
I said this the last podcast, I believe, but Prisoners was awesome.
Yeah.
And he did a really good job with that one. And he did a movie, Enemy, that I thought was good too. And got mixed reviews, but I thought it was good.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of good things about it.
Yeah. So I'm all in, man. And with the actors that are in it. It seemed like they're all gonna clash pretty good together.
Yeah, I'm really excited.
Did
you see the trailer?
I did not see the trailer, but just hearing you guys talk about it, it sounds awesome. And I kind of have a crush on Benicio del Toro.
The bad boy.
Yeah, he was great as Frankie Four Fingers in Snatch. Where else did I see him? Wasn't he in Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas? Was that Benicio del Toro with Johnny Depp?
He was in Traffic.
Yep.
He was in Usual Suspects.
Yeah, he's
love him. I'm really looking forward to it. It looks really cool. I do think it has the potential to get some Academy love.
Yeah.
It's coming out later in the year, and I think that with Emily Blunt, she might get nominated. And it does. There's just the cinematography and the feel of it looks really good. So that also could be something that I get some love for. But
and this is a new role for her because she did Adjustment Bureau, and then I think we saw her in the 5-Year Engagement. She was funny in that. Wasn't that Emily Blunt?
I don't think I saw that.
I love Looper.
That's good. The 5-Year.
I was one of the few people that liked Looper. A lot of people didn't like that movie.
Looper was really good.
I love Looper.
It was a really good movie.
Yeah, I don't know. A lot of people didn't like it.
She's good.
That I've talked to. But
I think she's very talented. Yep. Very talented. If you want a good laugh, I would say check out the Dragon Blade official trailer #1 starring John Cusack and Adrian Brody and Jackie Chan, because this movie looks like it's trying to be so serious and like swords and sandals and like epic kind of movie, and it looks so bad. I swear it looks like John Cusack stepped out of the Beach Boys trailer that he watched and like walked in and threw on some art. He looks so out of place. Adrian Brody looks like he belongs in that movie, but even he doesn't even put out. But John Cusack sticks out like a sore thumb in that movie. It's really.
I don't like him.
Really
he's like one of those characters where I could do without.
Yep.
Like they took him out of the hot tub time machine, and the movie was better. I thought the second one was better than the first one. Choosy doozy, man. Just choosy doozy alone.
That's one of the greatest scenes of all time in cinema.
But Adam Scott is so much better than John Cusack. And
he plays his son. All right, next one we're going to go on to is the Rumors. I don't have a clip for that yet. Rumors is where we just basically just kind of give our little thoughts on the speculative nature that these rumors are. Apparently Jack Huston, I think his name is Jack Huston, exited The Crow. And for unknown reasons, as of now, we don't know why he's exiting. But talks are up again on who will play the Crow, and the rumors are that Nicholas Hoult and Jack O'Connell are the front runners. Who would you want to play the Crow in this new adaptation that they're doing? Would you rather have Nicholas Hoult, or would you rather have Jack O'Connell? He was in the movie that you like, 71, right?
71, yes.
Or is there a different character, different actor out there that you would rather see?
I'm going to go with option D, and that's just drop the fucking movie. Because it's been in the making for 5 years now, and they've gone through 4 or 5 like different lead roles, and all of them have dropped for some strange reason. Are they getting into these movies, this movie, and realizing like
it's a flop?
Yeah, this is not going to be that good. I'm going to get out. Matthew McConaughey was the first one to be signed on, wasn't he?
I don't know.
He's in that? Oh,
no, he was. He was the first one to be signed.
Oh, if he dropped it. Yeah.
No, Bradley Cooper. Bradley Cooper.
Ooh,
Bradley Cooper. The Coops.
Really?
He exited the first year. They were talking Mark Wahlberg. They were talking to James McAvoy.
I don't know why they're trying to get these big names.
Channing Tatum. Like
what?
Channing Tatum.
Yeah.
That's who they need to pick. Channing Tatum.
Yeah.
The Crow. Yep.
They've been in talks with all these guys, and none of them want to do it. And now Houston. Is it Jack
Huston?
Houston?
I think it's
Huston. He doesn't want to do it. And they've all started making, he started making the movie.
Yeah.
And Bradley Cooper started making the movie, and both of them dropped. I just feel bad for these other actors that are in the movie.
Yeah.
It's taking up so much of their time, though.
They're getting paid.
They could be doing other things, though. Like, I think that's a big reason why these guys are dropping out, because it's taking so goddamn long to make this movie. Like, they're just realizing we could be doing other things right now. Like,
the only thing that makes me nervous when people keep dropping out is the script.
Yeah, I'm not sold on a remake anyway.
Yeah,
because
no,
the first one, I thought the first one was great.
I
don't think it needed a remake.
It's not old enough, really.
And,
I don't think.
and it's not old enough. Yeah.
When did the first one come out? Like 1992.
It was 90 something.
Yeah.
I mean, it was a long. I mean, it's a long time ago. You're talking 20 years.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think it was that much of an epic movie to remake.
Well, it was an underground cult.
Yeah.
I mean, that was following. I mean, I personally would like to see Nicholas Hoult. I think that has proven in the Mad Max movie that he can play that kind of weird, twisted kind of character, and he does a great job with it. And I would totally be sold with him. I think Brandon Blaine would love the fact that he was going to be in it, because I don't know if he likes The Crow, the original, but I think he would really, and I know he loves Nicholas Hoult. So if there was an actor that was in the movie that could sell him on it, I think that he would like Nicholas Hoult. I mean, what about? I mean, you're just not.
I'm not excited about the idea of a Crow remake anyways. I don't think it needs to be remade. If it's a cult classic, I think you're kind of playing with fire. And I think that the reason probably why these people are dropping out is maybe a difference in the vision for the art and the cinematic art for that, because they've read the script before they sign on. So, you know,
maybe the vision of the director.
That's what I think.
That,
yeah, I think that maybe it's going in a direction.
Sometimes scripts can look really good.
Yeah.
And when you start doing it,
is this the movie that Brandon Lee died in?
What?
That was the original, yeah.
Yeah, he died during making the movie, right?
He got shot with the gun was actually loaded.
Oh my god!
It was like
I heard about that.
That could be a reason too.
The next little rumor that we have up is Tom Hanks has been rumored to be in talks to play Captain Sully Sullenberger, who is the famous pilot who landed the plane on the Hudson several years ago and saving I think it was 155 passengers. Does this idea of this movie sound like a good idea, and do you think Hanks is the right man for the job? I'll start off with Jade.
I don't even know why they're making a movie about this. When I hear about Hanks in a plane, I think of The Terminal or Castaway. Okay. And I think that if you're gonna make that movie, maybe Hanks is a good man for the job. But it seems kind of gimmicky to me, and I think that I'll be disappointed if Hanks takes a role like that.
Really?
Yeah.
All right. What about you, Chad?
I'm not really into it. I like Tom Hanks. I mean, anything that he's in, it's probably going to be good. It only happened 6 years ago, right?
Yeah, it wasn't that long ago.
It was several years ago.
Yeah, I don't think it's long enough, to really, make a movie about. Maybe, I don't know. I don't, why? I don't.
That's what I thought, yeah.
I just don't see it. I don't know.
I think because it can play out. I mean, he's a hero. I mean, why not make a movie?
They just had a plane
hero?
movie, though, with Denzel Washington
doing this. Yeah, that was Flight, and that was he was a drunken bum. And
but he basically did the same thing.
Yeah.
No.
He landed the plane upside down.
But that's on coke and
but that's what makes it amazing.
This guy's just driving a plane and
he landed it in the water in the Hudson.
Planes land in water all the time.
Not usually saving all 150 passengers.
All the time.
What kind of planes do you fly on? I'm not flying with you anywhere.
They have planes that land in the water with the little skis on it.
Yeah, but that plane did not have it.
I don't know. I don't think it's been long enough, and it does not interest me at all.
I'm very interested in it. I am really looking forward to this. I think it's going to be really cool to see, because I would like to see how they're going to build up the tension, and because they have to do that cinematically to kind of get you involved in the movie, to bring you in. I'm really looking forward to seeing how they do that. I think I'm also interested to see who directs the movie. That'll be a big sell for me because that is the main thing. And I think Tom Hanks won't really sign on until that director is locked in. If it's like a Robert Zemeckis or Spielberg or someone of those like
Spielberg, really?
If somebody like that comes in to direct this, then I think he will definitely sign on the dotted line. But as far as this story, I'm really intrigued to see what happened all in the inside, because this is going to be based kind of off of this guy's book, how everything played out. So I'm interested. I'm really interested to see it play out. I want to see everything. I want to see all the what happened inside the in the plane and what was going through his head. And Tom Hanks nails 99% of the roles that he is in.
Yeah, he does.
And he actually, if you push them side by side, he looks like the captain, Sully. He looks like him. So I'm looking forward to it. Like, not only do you have the looks, but you have the acting ability, the acting chops, as I like to say,
chops
of Tom Hanks. I'm looking forward to it. And he likes to sign on to these roles that are based off real heroes. He likes them.
The storyline is going to have to be strong, though, because you know the ending.
Yeah.
So, I mean, the storyline has to be good.
Yeah. I would assume that if Tom Hanks is...
That it is.
That there's a pretty good story to it. So
that's a good point.
I'm looking forward to it. Tom Hanks isn't one of these, I'll just sign on to...
Yeah, why not?
I'll use my name, my name power to kind of sell the movie.
I want to see him in a comedy, like hardcore, like hilarious.
Money Pit, back in the day.
Oh, yes. That was a good... See, that's a good remake.
Yeah. They could remake that.
Yeah. That would be funny.
Money Pit with him and Shelley Long.
Yes.
Was really good.
Big?
He was in Big.
Big.
Yeah.
He is a very versatile actor.
He was a lot more comedy when he was younger.
He was.
Yeah.
Yep. That is for sure. But I mean, he does the Toy Story movies too.
Yeah.
So. Polar Express too.
Polar, yeah.
I didn't see that one.
He wasn't hilarious in that.
Polar Express is one of the greatest
Is it really?
Christmas cartoons ever.
Oh.
It is really good.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's really good.
Yeah.
I don't like the way it, like the animation of it. It's like I don't like that kind of animation, but I really like that movie. So
it was a really good movie.
All right, next segment up.
But first, let me take a selfie.
Party up in there.
That's for Brandon. He said that we could use his parody of the parody, selfie that he made. I think it was last year.
Yeah.
And so we're going to use that from now on for our selfie.
Nice.
And what this is just a hot new trend for actors, directors, all these people just to take pictures on set. Sometimes we'll do posters and things of that nature, and here as well, which will be the first one that we're going to talk about. So the character posters were released for Guillermo del Toro's Guillermo del Toro's Guillermo del Toro.
One more
his
time.
upcoming movie Crimson Peak, which I've seen a couple of the trailers. They're pretty intriguing. I think we even talked about one of the trailers.
We talked about the first one.
Do you like these posters, these character posters? I'll start off with Mr. Chadwick Davis.
I don't like the movie, so I don't like...
I thought you were in originally, no?
No, I was definitely out.
I'm going to have to look back at the tape.
You can go back and look at... I'm pretty sure me and Brandon both said we were maybe on the fence. I don't know, because he hasn't made anything good lately.
Pacific Rim made a lot of money.
Yeah, but it wasn't good.
Hellboy 1, Hellboy 2, those are amazing.
Oh, Hellboy. Ugh.
Oh, you don't like Hellboy?
No.
Oh my gosh.
I watched the first one, so I
amazing.
refused to watch the second
Second
one.
was
Yeah, that
even
was
better.
my... Yeah.
The second one was even better.
I don't know. I don't think he's come out with anything that impressive. And Pacific Rim was maybe the worst movie that came out that year.
No, it wasn't.
It was
The
terrible.
acting was terrible.
And the movie was terrible. It was just a bad movie.
good.
No, it wasn't good at all. It was bad. It was terrible.
There's a lot of machines beating on machines.
It was
and
bad.
Machines beating.
It was a
on
bad
aliens.
version. It was a bad version of a bad Transformers movie. That's what it was. It was bad.
I think that
So it was
Pacific
bad.
Rim was better than 2 of the Transformers movies.
No.
Yes.
No.
The last Transformers movie is awful. Was one of the worst movies of all time.
Pacific Rim was even more awfuler.
No, it wasn't. No.
It doesn't
was
look
not
like
more
either one
awful.
of
All
them
right,
are good.
moving
so-
on. The posters. No, I'm not interested because I'm not interested in the movie. So.
All right. What about
Same.
you? Same.
Same.
I thought the trailer has me in. All the trailers that I've seen have me in on the movie. These posters, I didn't really care for. I don't really need the character posters. I think if you just had pictures, like an actual poster of what the movie is about, selling you on just what the movie is about on one little frame, kind of I would rather see that because I think the movie's going to be pretty good. The cast that's in it is amazing. So I am really looking forward to this movie. But based on these posters, I don't really care for that. I didn't really like the posters too much. All right, next up is, let me see, Melissa McCarthy and Kate McKinnon and Kristen Wiig were all caught on set during the first day of shooting in Boston, of all places. How do you shoot a freaking Ghostbusters movie in Boston? Too expensive in New York. So in the all-female cast of Ghostbusters, I know it's early. This is just a couple of first pictures. But do any of these photos they get you excited at all for the movie, or do they really make you lose a little bit of interest? I like this little smirk that Chad has on his face right now. What do you think?
We've talked about this before.
What do you think about the Ghostbusters?
We talked about this movie before.
Yep.
And this is where I get myself in trouble because I am not in this movie at all. I hate the fact that they got girls playing the Ghostbusters.
They're doing an all-male cast too.
Yeah, but this is not this movie.
Same universe. Same universe. They're doing a separate movie.
But it's a different movie though.
It has Channing Tatum.
But it's a different movie though.
It's a different movie.
Yes.
But they're gonna be sent.
That's fine. That's getting too far ahead.
Oh,
I'm looking at it now, and I'm looking at this movie, and I think it's gonna be a dud. I'm not a huge Melissa McCarthy fan. I loved her in Saint Vincent, where she actually acted. So she was good. I just think this is going to be another goofy role that I've never seen. Spy. I heard Spy was really good.
I did too.
And so I haven't seen that, but it's one of those goofy roles that she has.
Yeah.
Same thing as her TV show, the Mike and Molly.
Yeah.
She plays the same role.
I don't really
all
like the
time.
Mike and Molly show.
I love Kristen Wiig. I think she's phenomenal. I love her.
That's my girl.
I'm not big on Kate McKinnon. I don't know. I'm not into this movie at all.
Right. Well, what do you think?
At first I was excited about it, but then I look back at all my childhood memories and like the original Ghostbusters that I absolutely adore, and I'm really wondering how they plan to pull this off. And I think that after Bridesmaids, I'm kind of worried that it's going to be like an alternate form of that. Like there's going to be a lot of the same humor. So I don't know how they're going to make this work. I do want to see the movie. The pictures don't make me very excited. I'm nervous too about the male remake and bringing that into the same universe. I don't know if that's going to corrupt it or make it better. But I have my established ideas about what Ghostbusters is, and it might be disappointing for me. I don't know.
Based on the pictures that I saw, it didn't really do any excitement for me. What did give me some excitement was Chris Hemsworth getting signed on as the receptionist. So that I thought was hilarious. I think Chris.
Are we going to see his penis in this one too?
Why not? I mean,
Jesus. Why
that's how he answers the phone,
Oh my God.
So Chris Hemsworth is turning into one of my more favorite actors.
No?
I think that he is picking such diverse roles between being Thor, being in the movie Rush, being in Vacation Movie, where he's kind of. I think he is picking his roles really well, and I just recently watched Thor, the original, again, and there was a scene in there where I was like, damn, he really has some serious acting skill, because he had me feeling how hurt he was at one point in time, emotionally, and I was like, man, he really has some skill, and I just love the roles that he's picking. He's almost picking on his pretty boy image, and I like how when people can do that, I think that sells me on the movie more than this.
You think that's going to save the movie?
I don't think it'll save the movie.
It's just a brief role, right?
I don't think it'll save the movie, but I think it helps a lot, because I think it'll add some really comedic roles, because I think you're going to have those roles where, Melissa McCarthy might be hitting on him and stuff like that.
Oh, that's true.
And that could add some nice comedy, some nice levity to the movie. And I think that I think Melissa McCarthy is funny in most of her movies. She's kind of like the Chris Farley of the female world.
She did play Chris Farley in the reunion thing too.
Yeah. So I think that she could. I mean, she's a pretty good actress. Kate McKinnon, Kristen Wiig. I love Kristen Wiig. Kristen Wiig, I'm in on pretty much anything that she does. But Kate McKinnon, I don't really know a lot about her, and I can't remember who the other girl is that's going to be in the movie as well.
The girl from Saturday Night Live, right?
Yeah, I can't remember, and I'm a little nervous about them being in the movie, but I think that Kristen Wiig and Melissa McCarthy can hold this role. I don't.
You know what picture would get me in on this movie since they're doing it in Boston? If they had Wally coming down, like a big giant Wally coming down the street, and that's who they got to fight.
Wally.
You get Wally in this movie, I'm in.
Ghostbusters, the tearjerker.
That's hilarious.
Coming down with his, like, you know, the championship trophies.
All right, next.
They try to zap him, he goes, whoa.
Next selfie. All right. Let's move on here. All right, so next one up is the Magic Mike XXL had photos of Channing Tatum, Joe Manganiello, Kevin Nash, etc. All these pretty boys with their abs and their pecs. I'm guessing these didn't do much for Chad. These posters.
He loves them. Look at him.
Yeah.
I actually haven't looked at them. I'm gonna get a reaction video right now when I first look at them.
All right. So based on these pictures,
I mean, you know what it's gonna be.
Is the studio doing a good job or a bad job with the marketing for this movie? Especially with the first one as well. Come on, Chad. Let's pull these up, man.
Michael Bublé really wanted to be in Magic Mike.
That would have been hilarious.
Yeah. Bublé. Hey, it's boobly. It's not delivered. It's boobly. I don't see any picture. Oh, right here, Pop Sugar. I want to see this now. I really haven't looked at them. This right here, just them sitting there.
No.
No, that's not.
I don't even want to look at them. I have no desire to look at them.
You haven't seen the first one either. He thinks it's just about male strippers and that's it.
It is.
Isn't that what it's about? Oh,
No.
That's what the movie's about.
Yeah, that's pretty much.
That is almost a subplot of the
That's
movie.
like people saying, "Oh, I read Playboy for the article."
Yeah,
you know,
it's really.
I go to
not.
Hooters for the wings.
Storyline.
It's really
Yeah,
not. This is more of. There is like 3 dance scenes in the movie.
And they're like
So
25 minutes long each.
No, they're not. You haven't seen the movie.
Channing and fucking what's his name grinding on each other.
This is more of kind of like the drug underworld that follows in that along that scene of, you know, male strippers and stuff like that. And it has, I'm telling you, it is a pretty darn good movie. It has a lot more. You can see Matthew McConaughey with no shirt on in that movie. That was really nice.
Yeah, you like Matthew McConaughey.
Matthew McConaughey.
What, did you marry him or fuck him? I can't remember what you said.
I think I was going to fuck him.
married him.
Yeah.
I think I fucked him.
Yeah. Okay, so you guys are like that.
He is the most redeeming quality in that movie because he is a really good actor.
Yeah.
As far as the movie itself, it was pretty good. It had a very good subplot. It wasn't just about. He's finally
look at these pictures.
It wasn't just about
Unbelievable.
them being strippers.
Okay.
It had a lot more to it.
I believe you.
I would say it was probably maybe 10 to 15 minutes of the movie was that. The rest of the hour and a half was just a story, and it was a pretty good story. I don't think they're marketing it well. I think that because of the first one had that story underneath, this one seems like they're marketing it more to just try and get females all excited and you know get
or
out
Shane
there. Or me. You
or
know,
Shane.
Matthew McConaughey's not in this one. Matthew McConaughey's not in this one. No, he's not in this one. So you know that takes it down a notch for me. Kevin Nash being all sassy, you know, is nice. You know, big sexy himself. So you're definitely not in on this at all, huh?
The movie? No. The pictures? No.
Neither one of you?
I'm not in. I don't even think they have to do much marketing because they have such a large fan base already from the first one. I don't think. I mean, they might get new people in the door because people are going, "Oh wow, it was such a great movie. Come with us."
I think this second one is going to be funnier. I don't think it's going to be as serious as the first one.
If it's funny, I might.
The first one had a very serious tone to it.
I'm sure.
And I'm serious. It really did.
Yeah.
It had a very serious tone to it. And I think the second one, they're taking it on a sequel to really kind of just explode and go with more humor over the top, you know.
That would be good.
Cougars, you know, all that kind of stuff. I think they're really kind of taking it to another level.
Would you say it's like kind of a male version of Coyote Ugly? You know how there was kind of a storyline with that?
Ugly.
Yeah.
It's better than Coyote Ugly.
Oh, well, yeah, I didn't think that was good.
A lot of people originally thought that the first one was going to be like the male version of Showgirls.
Oh.
And Showgirls is one of the most horrendous movies ever. That is,
Don't make that
it is on a lot of
comparison.
guilty movie pleasure lists of people, but the movie was pretty bad.
It's not a pleasure at all.
This Magic Mike, I
Guilty
think the first
displeasure?
one is much better than both of those. I'm looking forward to the next one. I actually watched the original first Magic Mike by myself. down here.
But you haven't watched Gatsby?
Yeah, I was hearing the reason why I watched it is because I heard a lot of good things about the original Magic Mike.
You watch it in like 10-minute clips.
What, Magic Mike?
Pause.
I just paused it on Matthew McConaughey. Sitting there with his cowboy hat.
But it's a good storyline.
It actually has a good storyline. It actually is pretty. It's a good story.
Chad is convinced.
It's more.
Oscar.
He doesn't.
Oscar nominated.
He almost
Oscar, yes.
Oscar worthy.
He almost sold the Vacation trailer just because Chris Hemsworth was standing there in his underwear with this huge fake.
I don't need to see that. I don't need to see that.
It adds to humor.
No, it doesn't add any humor.
This kind of adds to humor,
you.
to be honest.
Chad's
Not to me, it doesn't.
Reaction adds to the humor.
Yeah, my reaction to it does.
Maybe that's why they keep doing it for people like you.
Yeah, Chad is all not about anything male.
Maybe it's something about him. Maybe it's just something about him because I watched the Saving
Mr. Banks.
No,
Saving Private Ryan. Yeah, I was like,
what's his name?
Saving Silverman.
yes.
How I Met Your Mother. Jason
Segel?
Yeah, he was in a movie.
Sex tape?
No, he was naked at the beginning.
Oh, that was
Forgetting Sarah Marshall.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
That movie was funny.
I love that movie.
Yeah, that was even that scene was a little tough to watch.
Yeah,
I'm like sitting there. I'm like,
hey,
all right, let's flop around a lot right now.
I was.
I'm not watching this in 3D.
Opening night, second row. That thing was right in my face.
Whoa.
I think it hit me a couple times.
Did you see that one in IMAX? That's a good one, right?
IMAX 3D.
Yes.
It's right in front of me.
I don't need popcorn for this.
Get the Starburst minis out.
Yes.
Taking it wrong for the wrong turn here.
All right, we're going to go on to the next one.
Yeah.
Last
Thank
one.
you.
Universal and Anna Kendrick had a selfie of herself holding up 3 fingers with a post saying that 3's happening, and she posted it on Instagram. Pitch Perfect 3 is going to hit theaters July 21st of 2017. Do you think it's smart to make a third picture? Do you think that they will keep making these until the well runs dry? I'm gonna end with Chad here, so I'll start off with Jade. What do you think?
I haven't seen the other 2, but I know there's quite the following. I don't know how well the second one did as compared to the first.
The first one barely made money at the box office.
Really?
The second one is an uber success.
Really? I think they're going to milk it.
It's made like $300+ million at the box office.
Yeah, going off of what you said there, I think they're gonna milk it. I mean, I don't know if they're gonna make a fourth one. Not many people make fourth, movies. So
they do when they try to keep milking that cow.
God, I hope they don't do that with Frozen. But I think it'll be good, judging by what you said. Then.
All right, what do you think? Do you think?
Oh, I thought it was going last.
Yeah. Well, all right. Well, I mean, I like the fact that they're gonna do it. I do think that they should cap it off at the trilogy because I think that you're gonna run out of the humor. You can only do the singing humor so much in this particular scene with them as the Bellas, and I don't even know how the second one went because I haven't seen it yet. But I am looking forward to seeing it. And I will see it soon. I am afraid that they are going to go because. But I also do think that the third one, I don't think it's going to make anywhere near as much as money as the second one. So I think you're going to see the decline, and the studios will be like, all right, we are making money on these still. We might throw out a fourth one, take some of like random characters, make a movie not having Anna Kendrick so you can save some of the money, not having, what's her name?
Rebel Wilson
in there, and get her out of there to kind of save some money.
She's good in these movies.
Is she?
Yeah, I hate her everywhere else. But
so
she's good in these movies.
I think it's smart to make a third, but I think they should cap it off at the third. What about you, Chad?
I'm all about a third one. Yeah, Anna Kendrick.
Wait, let's just stop and you can just stare. We can post a picture.
You can stare at Matthew McConaughey all you want. I'm gonna stare at Anna Kendrick.
Go ahead. Well, just stop and just All right.
All right. So the third one, I think, it's gonna sound bad because I'm a big fan of these movies.
Yeah.
I don't think Anna Kendrick and Rebel Wilson, all of them, should have big roles in it, and I don't think they will have big roles. It felt to me like she handed the torch off to Haley. I have it in front of me. Haley Steinfeld.
Okay.
Pretty well. and at the end of the movie, you kind of got, if there's gonna be a third one, it's gonna be Haley's movie. Like, I think she's gonna be the lead role.
Do you think that'll do as well?
I don't think it will do as well because Anna Kendrick is like
she's the
on top of the world like right now. Like as far as girls go, like her movies do really well. Like
they do. Okay.
Into the Woods did pretty good. Yeah. She was good in it. But all these singing movies that she's in, she's a phenomenal singer. And any movie that she's in that she sings is gonna be a hit, I think, as of right now. But who knows? This movie might not come out for another 2 years, so. Maybe nobody's even heard of Anna Kendrick's anymore except for me. Maybe that'll give me the chance.
I just hope they cap it off at 3 because I think you're milking it too much. I think the third one is almost.
I think the third one's gonna be the last one. Yeah. I don't think they can get to the fourth one.
So you don't think? Because I mean, these movies are cheap to make. I mean, you're talking they're costing somewhere about between $20 and $50 million. Makes 3. If the second one costs say $50 million, and the third one makes like. I don't know, somewhere along the $200 million range. There's still ability to make another movie. They just have to scale back on the budget a little bit and throw another one out there just to kind of rake in some more money for a fourth and hopefully not ruin the franchise. But
I think given like Anna Kendrick's like a role like what Anna Camp had in the new one, where she was in it but she wasn't a main focal character.
Right.
I think that's gonna be what is gonna happen. I don't think Anna Kendrick's gonna be the main focal point of it anymore. That's just my opinion. I think that's the way they should go. They let Haley Steinfeld, she did really well. Yeah, she did good in the second one, and just let her take the torch and run with it and see where she goes with it.
Hopefully she doesn't trip.
She's popular among the young kids, so.
Is she?
Yeah, she's like on Disney. And
Chad knows what's popular.
Yeah, I mean, I watch Disney all the time. So.
I stopped watching Disney after Wizards of Waverly Place went off air.
Yeah.
And The Sweet Life on Deck.
I've never even heard of those at all. I have no idea what you're talking about.
I have a son that's 7, so I actually like those shows. So it's pretty good.
I have a nephew that's 3, and I like watching the shows that he watches too. But he doesn't watch
Mickey Mouse Clubhouse.
Mickey Mouse, and he watches
Bubble Guppies on Nickelodeon.
I love the superhero movie but they're little kids. Teen Titans.
Oh, Teen Titans
it's
Go?
It's like Batman, Robin, and...
The Teen Titans Go one?
Yeah, the one with the little kids.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that. I enjoy that little cartoon.
My son watches that now too. Yeah, I cringe at that sometimes. Although there is one scene in one of the that it cracks me up, and I say it all the time when I'm making meatballs, because Cyborg wants to. He's like loves meatballs, and he's like me meatballs, me meatballs. And he's like firing them all over the place. It's pretty funny.
That's fantastic.
Anyway, on to the next topic.
Yeah. So now we're going to go on to 30 second thoughts, and this is just where we have 30 seconds to give our opinion.
30-second thoughts.
All right, 30-second thoughts. Disney is developing a Maleficent sequel. This is what I've heard. This is what I've read. And Angelina Jolie is expected to return. 30-second thoughts on if this should be made and will it be as successful as the first Maleficent. Chadwick, ready, set, go.
The first one was pretty successful, but it was not a good movie at all. I didn't think it was. I don't know why there's a need for a second one. Of course, if they do a second one, it's going to make money again. So I guess in the company's eyes, it's worth it.
Yeah.
But I don't know if they'll be able to get Angelina Jolie back for another one. Maybe. I don't know.
For the second one?
Yeah, for the second one.
No, they're saying that she is. Yeah, she's in line to do it. I mean, they probably signed her on for a couple.
Yeah, so that's my opinion. I don't think they need one.
All right. You ready, Jade?
Yes, I'm ready.
Go.
I don't think they need a second one, but I think that a lot of the fans that already like the first are going to go see it. So I think it'll make a lot of money. But the first one didn't look interesting enough for me to even go see that. So
you haven't seen it?
No, it didn't look interesting enough. So
it's not.
Yeah.
All right, so she finished at 16 seconds.
That's how we do things around here.
Yeah, we're running quick now, huh? All right, for me, I think that the first one, I really disliked it because of how they treated the character Maleficent. I don't want to see these extreme villains that we've had in the past and have them turn into these heroes. Like, it's just so stupid. Like, I want to be feared by these villains. Like, now I don't even want to revisit the original, with Sleeping Beauty and stuff like that, because I'm no longer scared of this character. So why even bother? Like, she's not scary. I don't know. I am not happy with the first one, and I think the second one's going to suffer because of that.
Well, it is Disney, so.
Yeah. And they've done them right. I mean, I feel like they've done some of these adaptations correct.
Cinderella was awesome.
Cinderella was amazing. And you got the evil, like, what's her name?
Oh gosh, I don't know.
I'm blank right now.
Kate Blanchett. Kate Blanchett was the villain that we needed in Maleficent, who had that evil side to her. We never got that with Maleficent with Angelina Jolie. Yeah. And we got that with Kate Blanchett. She was really good. Yep. That movie was amazing. Yep. If you haven't seen Cinderella, the live
I heard good things.
Yeah.
It's really well done.
Yeah. Everything about it is good.
Next one up. Next 30-second thought. Hugh Jackman and Fox and everyone over filming the new X-Men Apocalypse movie has been very quiet about if Wolverine will be in the next X-Men movie, the Apocalypse, not Age of Apocalypse. Well, it's been confirmed by Kika New York and a leather goods company because they have been asked to make Hugh Jackman a special leather backpack for the next X-Men movie, and they posted this on Twitter. Is this confirmation enough for you that he will be in this movie, and do you think he will have a major role, or more like the First Class movie where he just has kind of a cameo? What do you think? I'll start off. Why don't we start with Jade this time?
I don't care.
Yeah, go ahead, Jade. We'll start off with you. Go.
I don't know how they'd make the movie without him. I didn't hear a lot about First Class. I didn't go see it, and to me that says a lot. Because the rumor mill, people talk when they go see movies. They recommend things. I didn't hear that one recommended a lot, which makes me think maybe it was because Hugh Jackman only had a cameo, as you said, and I think it would be stupid of them not to have him in that role.
All right. As far as his cameo in the role, it was brilliant. In the movie. It was really good. His little cameo was awesome. That movie, among like comic book fans and X-Men fans especially, was the movie that kind of restarted the franchise because you had Last Stand, which people kind of hated on.
Yeah.
And then, which I didn't think was terrible, but I didn't think it was good.
Yeah.
I mean, there was a lot of continuity flaws and all that kind of stuff. And then you had X-Men Wolverine, The Origins, which was horrendous as well.
Oh, was it? Oh.
Then
and that was Hugh Jackman?
Yep.
Okay.
And they messed up Deadpool. They messed up Sabretooth. They had a lot of issues. Yeah. Gambit was horrible.
Yeah.
No, he wasn't horrible. The way they did him was bad. Okay. So there was a lot of issues with that. And then you had the next X-Men movie, which was good. It was actually, the First Class movie, and then you had X-Men Wolverine, his solo movie, which was also good. First Class was one of those that kind of brought everybody back in. It was like, all right, they're back to making
it was good then.
Yeah. The more I watch it, the more I watch First Class, the less I like it.
Okay.
I think it's worse than The Last Stand. I am on the minority though, when it comes to that movie. So, all right, Chad, what do you think about Hugh Jackman being in this movie, and is this enough confirmation?
I think he probably will have a cameo in it.
Think it'll just be a cameo?
I think it will just be a cameo. But you already know I don't watch these movies, so...
But you've seen a couple of the X-Men movies.
I saw the first one, yes.
Me too, yeah.
The very first one.
That was a long time ago.
Like in 90s or whatever.
That was early 2000.
I think it was like 2000.
It was like 2004, maybe?
Yeah. It was the very first one, that's all I remember. Yeah. I don't remember that much.
He's been playing the character for 15 years, so I think it was 2000.
Yeah. I think he'll have a small cameo. And I think this is enough confirmation to say that he is... Because they went back on it and said, like, they were making a special bag for him. Yeah. And it really wasn't for the movie or whatever, and I think that was pressure from the studio, kind of, shut your mouth from now on. Yeah. But I think it's enough confirmation to say that he's going to be in the movie. Yeah.
See, I think he's going to have a fairly decent role. I don't think it's just going to be a cameo. I'm just hoping that he doesn't get killed off in this and they have the X-Men movie kind of set, his next Wolverine movie kind of set back before Apocalypse. I'm hoping that I hope that he has a significant role enough to have him in the movie. They don't need him as much as they did in the previous ones because they're going to kind of go with the younger cast that's out there now. But I do want him in the role because I love seeing Wolverine on screen. He's one of my... I have him here. I have him over here.
Yeah, I liked him.
I love Wolverine. And
I can't wait for his retirement movie.
What? X-Men, he was like, Wolverine, the retirement years. We had a little a talk about
just
that.
Him sitting out on the porch.
Chair. Using his claws to cut down trees for firewood.
Getting apples and stuff.
Cut open beer cans or something. Yeah.
Yeah, he does like to pop a few beers.
Yeah.
So, maybe he'll come by for the next movie that we watch.
Or maybe
Yeah,
he'll
there
bring
you
the
go,
ducks
yeah.
there.
Have some Yinglings.
Yeah.
All right, so that's it. We're done. That was the last topic.
Nice.
Yeah, so we are all set. We are all done here. Running a little bit later than we wanted to, but we are done, and we really appreciate all of the time that you spent watching this. Where can people find you on the interwebs there, Chad? Mr. Chadwick?
I always mess this up. It's Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook are all...
Instagram Street Style.
Yeah. All DJ Dizzle82.
Yeah.
And you can get me on Snapchat at Sir Chadwick82. And now I'm on Periscope. And I think you can get there on my Instagram. I'm at my Twitter handle. I'm not 100% sure.
I have your Twitter handle posted right now.
Yeah.
So people
right down here.
Yeah.
Somewhere right down here.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Where is it? Right here?
Yeah, it's no, down. down, like right in the middle of the desk.
Right here.
No, right here.
Right here.
Right there.
So go
It's
right
actually
here.
further down there. It's like down here.
Go down here. Yeah, so that's where you can reach me.
All right. What about where can people find you? Do you want people to find you anyway?
I'm on Facebook /Jadept, JADEPT.
Oh, that's cool. That's a cool
Yeah,
name.
like adept, but Jade.
Yeah, I like that.
I am also on Model Mayhem. I don't have the URL to that, but if you want, I can give it to you and you can link it somewhere. So
Okay.
Yeah, we'll link
I
it
can,
right
I
on
can
there.
throw that
if people care.
in the description at the
It's
bottom.
not, yeah.
Hey, people like to follow us.
Yeah.
Like
Okay.
I think Chad has like 8 followers now.
Oh.
At least 8.
Wow. Big. Yeah, so people are in on Chad. Yeah.
Yeah, they are all
All
on
in.
Chad.
Yep.
They made a Facebook page just of my giggle.
Yeah.
Chad's giggle.
Yeah, Chad's Giggle. Chad's
You need to just loop it on
I'm
YouTube.
gonna lock up that website right now, chadgiggle.com.
ChadwicksGiggle.com.
I gotta let the chadwicksgiggle.net,
Yes.
chadwicksgiggle.com, chadgiggle.com, chadwicksgiggle.net.
Scoop them all up.
.org.
Yeah,
Yep.
Sir Chadwick.
Get them all.
.uk.
gotta grab 'em
EDU. So get them all. Yep.
ED.
Yes.
They're gonna teach a course about Chadwick's Giggle at
How to
Smith College.
how to laugh like me.
Yes.
How to laugh like Chad.
How to laugh like.
All right, well, you can find me pretty much everywhere at the CineBros. Facebook, it's facebook.com/the CineBros. You can find me on Twitter at the CineBros. You can find me on Instagram at the CineBros. You can find me at Periscope at the CineBros. Snapchat, I think, at the CineBros. I have. It seems like that's a very easy one to grab. I don't think anybody else is going by the CineBros very much.
Nah.
Although I am trying to, lock in that YouTube channel. So
Yeah.
if you guys can subscribe to the YouTube channel, it's very simple. You just go there, sign into your email account, whatever's through your YouTube channel.
Yeah.
I have mine just linked right up to my Gmail
Yeah.
account. So you just click on it, click on subscribe. Very simple.
Yeah.
We appreciate all that, and give us a thumbs up on these videos too. Those are very important.
Comment too.
Yeah, comment. You can comment in the comment section. We'd like to kind of interact back and forth. So if you find anything funny or anything that we said that was completely off base,
Yeah, you can correct me because
yeah,
I know
you
I
can
say
let us
wrong
know.
something wrong every
you
single
can
episode.
do a meme on here.
Yeah.
We
Chadwick's Giggle.
Yeah.
God, we thought Jiminy Cricket was in Dumbo at one point.
Yeah, well, you definitely said.
And then
that he
you
was- and
agreed
I was
with
kinda
me.
Like, I'm
You
like,
agreed
is
with
he?
me.
Pinocchio.
Yes, it's
Yeah.
I was
Come
like,
on, Chad.
But I was thinking of the little mouse guy.
It's not a
That's
bad.
Jiminy
Yeah,
Cricket.
it's not a bad guess.
I'm like going through and I'm like, wait a second. I'm like editing the video. And I'm like, wait a second. I'm like,
He's not.
and I'm like,
Dumbo.
I'm like, he's not in Dumbo. That's Pinocchio.
So what was his name in Dumbo?
He wasn't in it.
wasn't
No,
in
the
Dumbo.
little mouse.
Oh.
I don't know. I've seen Dumbo like
Ratatouille.
twice, and that was
Ratatouille. Yes.
Was it Skinner?
Skinner.
Skinner.
Linguini.
I like Skinner.
Mufasa.
Mustafa. He said first.
Mustafa. Yeah.
It was Simba. Let's go.
Oh my lord!
All right.
Good times, good times. All right, well, thank you for watching. Again, you can subscribe to our YouTube channel whenever we post up a video. We try and post one up every week. One will be the CineTalk with the CineBros. The other one will be Movies That Hurt So Good, and that's what we're going to be recording next. Jade is going to be exiting the building, so she can go to work, right?
Yes.
All right, so we will see you guys again soon.
I got my ticket for the long way round.
Thanks for coming.
2 bottle whiskey for
you.
the way.
All right.
If you watch the show on YouTube, please click that thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. If you watched on iTunes, please rate and review us. And thank you for watching.